Hey, good evening, everybody. How are you? I just got in the office. Woo, what a day. Had a huge busy day today. Fun day. I love the week before Christmas. I love it so much. I just take it all in. I just love it. So much fun. Even just, I don't know, breathing, just enjoying the lights and people's attitudes. And I just love the week before Christmas so much. How is everybody? Good? I looked up and I was like, oh my God, it's showtime. That's what StreamYard says. It's showtime. Hard to believe. Showtime already. I was watching the end of the Eagles game. So if you don't know, I'm Patty Wilson and this is Patty's Playhouse, and I love the Philadelphia Eagles. And they beat the Steelers. And I get to rub it into my son, who is a huge Steelers fan. James, who, if you watched some of the shows when he worked corrections, he loves the Steelers. And I get to just give him a little nuggie and remind him that the Eagles are winning. Such a fun game to watch. Love the fights. Love the harassment on both sides. I just love it. I don't think they play every year, but I wish they did. It's a great game. Go Eagles. You're from PA too. Oh, I know. It's so nice. So nice. I was on X a few minutes ago and I was watching the behind the scenes of if you've never been to Philadelphia, it's an experience, period. Like, it's hard to imagine just walking down the street and being cussed out. And then people are like friendly about it. Like, hey, it's just a thing. But anyway, there were photos and small videos, reels of the Eagles tailgate. It's just nothing like it. It's like a zoo. It's just like, you're just like, people really do that? It's hilarious. So that's what I was doing. And before that, I was at our church Christmas party, which was really nice. It's a small Catholic church. And they took over the space in one of the larger neighborhoods called Southwood. They have a golf course. So we were at their the country club area, the building, the community building. It was really nice. It was very cool. Before that, I had an open house. So it was a beautiful day. It was very warm here, and now it's just a little crisp. It's sunny. It's a great day, gotta say. It was very nice. So I hope you all had a good day. I was going to look. Here's the thing. Mia Wallace. So today's show is called Cray, which is like crazy. Cray, Aunts and Uncle. And I was just going to mock my nemesis. She's not really, I don't really think about her until I go on YouTube. Katie Kool-Lady, who had this like long diatribe of a story that someone sent me and asked me to listen to. And I just actually got very bored with it. Like, in the end, I guess it was Uncle Harry and then Melissa and Linda and how they shouldn't be sitting next to each other. There was just like Uncle Harry was crazy and Melissa, and be like this person instead of this person. I was like, I cannot listen to this. I know it should be important and I should be able to get through it, but I just can't. And I thought maybe if I were better at this video thing, I could dub it and put like maybe Betty Davis was my favorite actress. I shouldn't say that. But like anybody else's voice on there but Kathy Monkman. And I just didn't get around to it because I was having fun. But damn, man, that woman is just annoying as shit. So I was like, who's Uncle Harry, or who's a Harry that's annoying? So I found Uncle Harry, or just who's a celebrity. That was my search. Who's a celebrity named Harry? And of course, Prince Harry shows up first because that's my algorithm, because I love the Royals. And then it was Melissa McCarthy as Ursula, which was fantastic. And then I chose Linda Perry only because of the hat. And someone in the comments was like, she's fabulous. She's not crazy. But I chose her because the hat is fabulous. And I just thought, I really don't want to talk about the woman because how shall I say it? I don't believe that she's a happy person. And I always said, I don't want to kick somebody when they're down, whether she's aware of it or not. I really don't. And in fact, I thought I was going to go on a live yesterday because our friends over at Jibs and Jab did a video. So I'm going to share it with you. If you haven't seen it, I have to bring it up because I was watching the Eagles play. It's 2 minutes going back into the game. But let me show you this video because it is funny. But then I was like, I'm such a Pisces. So I was like, is it really that funny, Patty? Are you laughing at them? Are you laughing with them? Like, what are you doing? I overanalyze way too much. But let me bring this up because I do have permission. It will not be a copyright strike on me. These are the things you have to worry about with these people, right? So long story short, there's 163 people watching right now, some on Twitter, some on Facebook, some on YouTube. And around the Donna Adelson cancellation September, so she didn't have a trial and everything became like obnoxious. Other YouTubers to me were obnoxious. They were saying things that just didn't make sense, kind of mean, and being mean to what I feel like are my subscribers. They're my, like, I'm like mother hen. Like, I'm going to take care of these people and make sure that they're happy when they're with me. That's my goal. Like, why would you watch someone who doesn't make you happy and doesn't give you a smile or give you information that you're looking for, that kind of thing? You know, just to rant is just, ugh. So anyway, that didn't go well. It went well for me, but it didn't go really well for them because they're just mean. And if you're mean to your audience, like, you really just lose altogether. You lose your audience, you lose your credibility, your character is kind of marred. It's just not a good thing. And it's only gotten worse, right? It's been 3 months. It's almost a new year. It's only got worse. Fancy Fiction, aka Erin, that's a real name. She again took her videos off. Why? I don't know. I have never asked or stated or implied or suggested that any of these people remove their channel. I don't care. Just don't threaten me or someone that I care about, because then the rules change, right? The rules will change. Just don't threaten me. That didn't happen. The threats continued a little bit. So I had to like make some changes about my personal life, and still hasn't ended. Well, now there's a Reddit. So Reddit is another social media platform, which used to be open and free. It used to, before everyone got woke, it was so open, so free. You could say whatever, and then nobody got upset. Now, if you say the murder word, you have to say I'm alive. Like, Reddit is what Twitter was before Elon Musk. It's very challenging to get any open-minded thoughts through. I started a Reddit called, it's a thread, I think, Dan Markel Justice, because there was one that we kind of believe is run by Fancy Fiction, and she was blocking again. If you say something that this admin didn't like, they block it. And I'm not about that. Like, I'm more of a freedom of speech thing, but try to be polite and stay within the term of service and don't ruin the channel. Like, that's the ultimate thing, is don't ruin the channel. Someone else's work. Like, this is not easy to do, so don't ruin the channel with your comments and have it removed or have it taken down. So I opened that up. Well, during this whole like 12-week period, Katie Cool Lady, Kathy Monkman, decided that she was like people who spoke to her, that she didn't necessarily like their written tone or comments or whatever. She put them in detention. Now I had to have that explained to me because I was like, these are grown-ups. What is this detention center? And I don't know enough about YouTube to have understood that. Anyway, I figured it out. You're like blocking people from commenting, but they of course could still watch you. Like, why would people do that? Why would people still watch you but not comment? And then I didn't understand it. I still don't. So anyway, she had this, you're going to, if you don't speak the way she believes you should speak, it's her channel, then she's going to put you in what she called the detention center. Like she's your marm or something. Like she's the teacher on Little House on the Prairie or some nonsense. So I started the Reddit Dan Markel Justice. Grew pretty quick. I rarely go over there because of school. It was really hard for me. And then someone else started KCL, the detention center. And I was like, oh, Lord. So funny. And then people thought, well, I started it. Well, I'm not that creative. So I did not start it. So something in the notes about the Reddit said, Patty didn't start this. The group of us who, I was never in the detention center because I never watched a full episode of hers because I find her boring. So I just can't. I've tried. I really have tried. So I put it in the notes. Absolutely hilarious. What I want to tell Kathy Monkman, because she's clearly watching this, because her behavior says she's watching it, things she does after watching, like I wore a love sweater shortly after she wore a joy sweater. Now, granted, she was trashing me while she wore it, so I don't know what joy she had while she was trashing me, but she was trashing me while she wore it. I suggested she go back to floral arranging, which she appears to be very good at. Now she's going to a bucket of flowers. Like it's all very, there are no coincidences, which more power to her. I wish her well. I really do. I just find her boring. New channel called Jibs and Jab decided to make fun of her because it's easy for people who are more creative than I. They used my story to make fun of her. And at first, yesterday, I mean, I laughed. I was like, oh my God. I was actually at Wreaths Across America, where you go and you put a wreath on a soldier or airman or sailor's tombstone. And it's a big thing. All across America, there's 3 million soldiers that have a wreath put on their tombstone, their plot, or the columbarium where if they're cremated, wreaths go across America. It's beautiful. I get a text from a subscriber and here's this video. I was like, oh my God, what is this? Jibs and Jabs. So funny. I mean, they're very funny. And I open it and it's about, it's Katie Cool Lady and AI and Patty is Batty. And I'm like, I'm Batty. Like it's always how you hear things. And I'm like Batty, but it was Baddie, like Batty, like a badass. So funny. I was like, oh my God. And I'm carrying a flag. Like I'm holding a flag. Like I'm participating in a ceremony. So I'm like, I put this down. I have to watch it later. So I watched it later and I was still like, sweet Jesus, Mary and Joseph, what is going on here? And because I didn't get to see the video that this is a reflection of, because I don't watch your videos. And someone sent it to me in email, but before I could get to it, she took it down. And it was a rant about the head of the snake, and I'm the head of the snake, and all my people, and blah, 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 all these prisoners, or whoever she's calling what, mess. And I was like, oh my God. And then I see there's this book in Jibs and Jabs videos, which I'm going to show you, and you zoom in, it's my head. And it's like, I look like Ursula. Like I have blue hair, blue face, blue hair, and then bright red vampire teeth and lips, and it's a mess. But it's still very funny. And then I thought, is it funny, or was it a little too much, or wasn't? And I was like, so I went to Reddit, because that's my research for what is really going on with this person. And then I thought, you know what? I'm going to tell you something, Katie Cool Lady, Kathleen. which I love the name Kathleen, by the way. You cannot win. That's my response to this. It's very funny, and I'm going to show it, and I'm going to laugh about it till I die, probably, because it's that funny. But Katie Cool Lady, Fancy Fiction, Rob Myers, which was formerly the Society page, you all cannot win. You know why? Because you've hurt hundreds, if not thousands of people who were followers of your channel. I mean, I didn't know this, but Katie had 7,000 people. 7,000. And she took her channel down. Now, she said she took her channel down on the thing about, her stepdaughter, and which I could completely understand if it's true. But I don't think it's true. You know why? Because she came back. And then she's like, people are threatening. Like, nobody's threatening anybody. If they are threatening the stepdaughter, take them, call law enforcement. That's what you do. You just don't announce it and then don't do anything about it, because that's immature. You got to go take care of things, right? You got to protect your family. So I just want to say to you, like dead square in the face, lady, you cannot win. Thousands of people have left you. You have like 400 followers now. Fancy can't decide if she wants to channel or not. That's probably a separate issue that has nothing to do with this. Rob Myers is probably purely embarrassed because I gave everyone his criminal background, so that's done. But if you want to grow a channel, which it looks like you do, even though you don't have comments, so it looks like you do, fair play, have at it. I'm not going to bother you because I think you're boring. But you cannot win. You know why you cannot win? Because it's one thing to have me research you. It's another thing to have 500 people research you and find little bits of your life and little things that you're doing and little corrections that you make and little errors, and then the funny things that you say, and maybe a little grifting, maybe not a little grifting, whatever's going on, you cannot win. It's one thing to be me and you, mano a mano. You got 501 to 1. So it's a problem. And I would suggest that you stay out of the bathroom. You're too old to be doing these makeup videos. And I mean that with all due respect. I mean, you can do what you want. But I have to tell you, YouTube is not the place for that. You might want to take a social media class, Kathy, and then learn the audience that you're speaking to, because each platform has a different style of audience and a different way to do it. Like I would go on TikTok. I have a TikTok and I just don't nurture it. But it would be a completely different platform than I'm doing right now. You're not doing the same thing. Facebook's the same thing. Instagram's completely different algorithm. They just want pretty pictures and skinny young girls. And that's true. Or food or pets. That's really what Instagram's about. So, yeah. So I would just give up. Go enjoy your channel. Put some flowers together. Stay out of the bathroom. And because I don't want bullying. I don't want that. Like, I don't want people to do that. But you're creating a space where you're just completely trashing people. So they feel the need to respond like I am right now. And this code, this Uncle Harry, Melissa, Linda, this telling people that they have no business saying hello in a chat, which I haven't even said hello in a chat yet, is absurd. And it's really immature. And I think you weren't raised that way by your professor father. And you're not honoring anyone by behaving that way and screaming and calling someone the head of a snake in a bathroom, putting on lipstick. And one suggestion I have for you is it's a thing called lip liner. And it might help with the smudges and slow down when you're putting makeup on. It's a lot harder to do it at our age. You're a little older than me. And I would slow down on the makeup and really dab. I would do a lot of dabbing instead of brushing because you'll get a smoother finish. Just saying. But other than that, you cannot win. You are alienating so many people on the daily. And I feel bad for you. And what I thought was, what do I feel for this? Because it was a lot to watch. And again, very, very funny. But as the person that it was mentioned in the video, what do I feel? Because this is all new for me. And I thought, oh my God, I feel pity. I feel pity for this woman. And I don't like feeling pity. I don't think she wants pitied, or she wouldn't keep going and doing it. She wouldn't keep going out and doing it and driving and looking down the whole entire drive. She's driving, she's on video, and she's like this in her Highlander. And you think I don't know which drive because I can figure out because of the windows. So if you showed up, I know exactly what kind of car you drive. Just based on the windows. I want to know if someone's driving by my office, what kind of vehicle they have, because I need to know for my own protection. And you just can't win. Just call it a day. Let your people go. You likely will never have 7,000 followers again unless another person is murdered and you're able to cling to the family and go on some local news and do some fundraising that's kind of questionable. And that would be sad because now it's not the 90s or the early 2000s because everyone's watching what you're doing. So you might want to just like stick with the flowers is my guess, but you cannot win. And I don't want to feel pity for you. So tonight's the last night I'm going to feel pity for you. And I thought, this lady is a mess. And I've been a mess. I'm sure a lot of the people watching right now have been a mess. And it's kind of like a thing where can you turn away? Should you turn away? Should you reach out to help? No, I'm not helping you. Should you just keep watching? Or should you just feel pity? And right now, that's what I feel for you. Like, I've been choked up about this for like 36 hours. It's really bothered me. Like, you're sitting in a bathroom of your beautiful home and you're ranting about people you do not know. And you're calling them names. You think it's not permanent, but people got the transcript and sent it to me. It is permanent. And you can't sue for that. You can't sue for me when you lash out at me. You can't sue your other former subscribers when you're lashing out at them. You can't. They're allowed to respond. And I really suggest slow down on the makeup, stay out of the bathroom, put the camera down, and go have fun. I had so much fun today. Go have fun. Because you have a beautiful home in a beautiful location. And you're either lying about how happy you are, because that's what people think, that you're really unhappy, or you just don't know how to be happy, like runaway bride. You just don't even know who you are. And that's a shame at your age. So that's my suggestion. Take it or leave it. Flowers are beautiful. You have a lot going for you. You just don't know how to apply it. Get a coach. Life coach is always good. That might be the answer. Get you a life coach. Not your husband. He can't be your coach. I tried that. It's not good. And just go have fun because this is not it. Sitting in the bathroom, ranting at people is not fun. So let me show you this video because it is hilarious. And I'm having a blast today, for real. I even said hi to strangers. That's how good of a mood I'm in. And I want you to watch it because it's absolutely lush. And please go in and follow Jibs and Jabs. I mean, they really deserve it. I don't know how to make these videos. Am I going to mess up? I got frozen. Boop.
Welcome to my new channel, Turban Time. I am your host, Caddy, where we can dedicate our time to solve crime through bottles of wine. As you know, I am a murder survivor. I am here today to bring you something of real value, something to enrich your life and bring you peace, joy, and wisdom. Something I call Ho-a-tree, healing through poetry. I'm sharing this book from my medicine cabinet with all my turbinators. The book is called The Different Heads of the Same Snake. I think you'll like this poem called Leaving in Stitches. We like Patty because she a little baddie. She came up on the scene with a whole new different theme. She had flow and started to glow. I couldn't let that go. She's a host on the radio, so I gathered my other bitches to turn on Patty snitches. Behind the scene, the trio schemed to clear the scene of Patty's theme. How was I to know that Patty, who's a little baddie, would get my addy and drive up in a caddy? How was I to know my bitches would scatty? Then I heard her say, y'all started this, bitches. Now y'all leaving in stitches. I hope y'all enjoyed the poem and thank you for your time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. All comments are welcomed. And please donate a small tip to my Drinkity Drink account and show your support. Drink account and show your support.
So I don't know if you can hear me, but my complete webcam just died on me. Let me know if you can hear me. You've watched it 5 times today. Can you guys hear me? You can hear me. Okay, good. I don't know what happened to the screen. I'm using the webcam. I got nothing. It's hilarious. So funny. I know it's some people are offended, which I can completely understand, but I mean, it is funny. And I do feel sorry for her. So I don't know how to fix this now because, hold on. Hold on one second. I don't know what to do because the webcam just like completely froze up and turned off. So I'll just let it go with that. It's fine. You don't need to see me today. Jibs and Jabs is hilarious. So let me say hello to everybody. I'll be like Roberta Glass, True Crime Report. And please go, please go and like their page. It's very cool. Let me go say hi to everyone from the beginning because now I'm done with the Cray uncles and aunts because it's not okay. So people can get mad and there's double ranting and all that, but it's not like I don't know her from the time of the like what do I say decapitation video. Like, dude, slow your roll. No one did anything to you. The people who say hello in this chat or hello in Roberta's chat or hello in Allison's, my father's alibi chat or any other chat. It's none of your concern. Why do you care? It's not a negate of the loyalty. It's weird. Oh, Lord. Goodness gracious. This is like high school. No, it's like middle school. It's worse. I'm trying to get all the way to the top. Are you subbed to Jibs? Thank you very much. I'm going to show it again at the end. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon, everyone. Do the lighter thing that you do at concerts for Patty. Our eaglet hatched last night. Wow. For anyone who watches this eagle cam, he's so cute. Nice. We can ask Patty if she could play it. Someone already suggested in the chat. And I did. It's turban time. It's the iPhone light for the kids who don't know what a lighter is. It's funny. Hello, Debbie, Michelle. Hopefully you're doing okay, Michelle. Patricia, how you folks get this? I just went to use the bathroom in the back of my house, and the house that backs onto mine was fully engulfed in flames. Got the fire service out, and the cops knocked on. Where'd you go? What's the rest of it? Jib Jab is brilliant. Who is this mystery creator? I don't know. I don't know if it's male or female or anything. Has Jib Jab revealed their username in the detention center? I do not know. My door to go through my house to get to the back of his, not to disturb the crime scene. Oh my gosh. It's a crime scene? Damn. Francis says she watches on Lady Hawk channel, started watching the Falcons. I'm in love with all of them. And yes, M15 is the best dad ever. Must be a. Do you all know who did the three-headed snake picture Patty posted on YouTube? I don't know who did. It is not like me to be late. I thought I started right at 7, but I could be wrong. I can only be here a few more minutes. Oh, well, thank you, Tennis. I know it's late. I had a lot. Hi, Leslie. Thank you for joining. Who is Jib Jabs? I do not know. They have not availed themselves to me so that I know who they are. I was not refilling my Diet Coke, but thank you, Susan. That's very funny. Who are the last two people on the thumbnail? Melissa McCarthy. I know her from Gilmore Girls, but she also played Ursula. And Linda Perry, who's a female rock star. Those are two. Those are the two on the thumbnail. Dreamweaver says, hello, everyone. I changed my handle to Dreamweaver. I've had too much identity fraud, trying to protect myself as much as I can. Well, good for you. Got to take care of yourself. Know that it's Harry for the far left, but who are the other two? Melissa McCarthy and Linda Perry. And it was really, wasn't picking anything, but it was just celebrities so that people could get the puzzle. Uncle Harry, Melissa, and Linda. Hey, Granny Juju, how are you? Hey, Paula. Showtime. Hi, Norma. Must be so cute to see the baby hatchlings. It's a little wild watching the mother and believe the father feed the babies ramen. That would be interesting. It's a whole like National Geographic thing going on there. Hi, Arlene. How are you? Hi, Shelly. Who has snow here? So a couple people, Mari says, hi, Patty Cake. So a few people have asked, where is everyone from? So we were trying to figure out how far and wide our audience is. If you could, in the chat, say where you're located right now. May not, you could be on vacation, you could be at home. Just say where you're from. See my camera hot. It got very, very hot. You're from Singapore, Armin. Wow. Purple Passions, Indiana. Susan's in Tallahassee with me. I'm in Tallahassee, Florida. No Way is in North Carolina. Well, this is going to go fast. TD's in Montreal. Leslie's in Nashville. French Fry. I had a boyfriend who called me French Fry a long time ago. South Carolina. Eric Lieber's in New York City. Sunlight Girls in Texas. Paula's Missouri. Carla's Fort Lauderdale. Nice. Someone called Jubes and Jabs dude in his comments on this channel. Dude, I call everyone dude, so don't say like that's not a hint. I don't know. Go Eagles. Yeah, she's a Philly girl. Fly, Eagles, fly. Nice. It was a good fight today. Not as good as it could have been between the Steelers and the Eagles, but it was still good. Georgia, Ontario, Canada, Debbie, Lana, Georgia, Sweet Justice, Louisiana. Hopefully I said that right. Carolyn, Ontario. Great Britain, UK, Linda. There's some Lindas. Ireland, beautiful. Where in Ireland? Linda Collins. North Carolina, Michigan, Tallahassee with me. Ooh, I'm sure nurses. I'm sure she was one of those nurses. Hi, Joan. There used to be a website with the name Jibs and Jabs. Yeah, I paid for it. So I would send out cards, like e-cards, like American. I do one now with American Greetings where I'll send out a card. It's funny for birthdays and such. But Jibs and Jabs to me was hilarious because you would put your face in it. And like you're going skating or something was fine. Gonna need Chris. I did think that it was an odd thing that she asked for me to buy a coffee when she has two homes and has spoke about inheriting money. Patty, what about the Alexander brothers? They are a mess, a very, very wealthy mess. So let me look them up again. My Florida license. I'll show you where to go. It's iron. So supposedly they are real estate agents, but they're not. So Orrin Alexander, who's one of the twins, let me get you the twin brothers, Alan and Orrin. It's Alon and Orrin. And Tao. So there's really three of them. So let me share the screen with you because that's working. So this is the three brothers. You'll see Alon, Orrin, O-R-E-N, and Tao Alexander. These two, the first two, Alon, which is Alan, and Orrin appear to be twins. I believe they're the twins. They look the most alike. They, they're known as real estate agents. Orrin, this one, had his sales associates null and void. He became a broker, years ago. Let's see, and his license is currently inactive, but current, which means he just maybe have inactivated it, but he's not. Let's see if there's any complaints against him. There's no written complaints against him. Let me show you. I pulled up one of their homes and it is worth $18 million. This one, where this guy currently lives, and this is Orrin, where he lives, is worth, they say, the zestimate is $41 million. 41. I mean, that's a hell of a zestimate. It's 147 front foot. So that's the area that is on. I got to bring up a Google map. That's the area that's called front footage. It's along the water is the front footage. So if I were appraising this, it's not far from where the Adelsons lived on Alden. So this is where the one brother lives, right here. This plot. $44 million. Sold for $10 million in 2020. Unique opportunity to build a dream home, a guard-gated Sunset Island, 23,361 square feet, 147 water frontage facing Sunset Lake. Comes with a plan by renowned Miami architect Cesar Molina. Build your dream home. And then this is what it looks like. Looks like a public library. I like this look right here. Nice pool. Ain't well harbor, is it? Very modern, very sleek, very expensive. No stains in the shower floor. Love the lighting here. Love that. This is a great real estate photo. This one right here is a great real estate photo. Really, really beautifully well done. This is well done. Very impressive. This again with the lighting, this is really well done. This is probably kind of photoshopped in right here because it kind of looks like it, but it's really well done. Beautiful. It's all fake right here. Can you see it? It's all fake. That photo. You just want someone to serve you breakfast in bed, Paul? Well, if you were closer, I know a guy who that's what he wants too. So he said, he goes, Patty, find me someone who just will make me coffee. He's a lot more needy than that, but that's his lead in. He's a good friend of mine. How much for that property? 41 million. 41 million. Ever so happy to be poor. I don't know how they made all their money. I mean, I only wanted to know, like, dude, where do you live? Like, that was my first thing. Where do you live? So that's Orrin. That's Orrin's home right there. Young guy, you know, where are you getting that kind of money? That's 2020. Then there's Alon. Oh my God. Let me get you Alon. Alon is not a broker. He is also inactive for whatever reason. He lives in a really nice posh place, like very posh. He is on Bal Harbour Marina on Bal Harbour, Florida. Quite posh. 6,300 square foot of home. He paid $790. Well, he didn't, but someone paid $795 for this property in 1990. There are really no photos other than aerial. Let me see. I couldn't find any photos that really made any sense because it says it's not for sale. Oh, here's a good one. I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. It's off market. Paid $790 for it. It's now worth $18 million. So my business partner, Scott, told me that this is climbing fig. Very posh. So these three started at Douglas Elliman when they started selling real estate back in the day. Little Vin Diesel. It's a small room, but it's beautiful. I love that red. That's a beautiful sofa. That is really pretty. That's custom. This sofa is a custom sofa. That's not off the floor. That's not attractive. That's not an attractive kitchen. All of that, and that's it. It's not attractive. That's a pretty photo. How much home are you selling to make this kind of money? just doesn't make any sense to me. They've got to be doing other things. It'll all come out. That's beautiful. It's too much for me. I wouldn't like all that around my head, but it is beautiful. Beautiful photo. Really beautiful. It's too much. Very beautiful photo. Like, I have nothing to complain about. Really well done. I could only imagine being this good of a photographer. Really well done. This is what I'm talking about. Just absolutely beautiful photo. Beautifully done. It's narrow, but it's really pretty. This angle, I don't know why they do those beaches. This is so much better. Really well done. He needs that gate, doesn't he? Really beautiful. 18 million. But he only paid $790 for it in 90. That is Alon. Let's see what Tal does. I don't know where Tal lives. Tal lives. Tal. His address was the same. So Tal is the same address as Alon. So this one, number 3 and number 1 have the same address according to the DBPR, which is Department of Business and Professional Regulation. His license is also inactive, but he has a mailing address that's Park Avenue. So let me look that up. Park Avenue in New York City. That is a hell of a lot of money for these young men who don't really sell real estate. 3,700 square feet on Park Avenue. Damn. What happens when you, I guess, you sell your soul to the devil? Trying to find photos of it. It's a corner unit. It's in a co-op. So a co-op is when you own stock in a building. If you recall back in the day, Ms. Madonna tried to get into a co-op and they rejected her. They don't like a lot of, how shall I say it? PR, media attention. So this is on Park Avenue. That's the corner. Team Alexander Team, that's their logo. Interesting. A Douglas Ellison Real Estate. So they work for Ellison and they have their own team. It's the 3. Look at this. Closet, 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 closet. The master's 18 by 17 den living room. Service entry. Elevator, elevator, private landing. Nice, dude. Crap. I have a desk like that, but I don't have a view like that. So this is Tal, T-A-L. 12 million. I bet it's worth more. 2 bed, 2.5 bath, 3,700 square feet. It's one thing to be able to buy it. it's another thing to pay the co-op fees, and then it's another thing to have to furnish it. Indoor pool. I'm looking at this print. It looks like Justin Bieber, maybe. It's not really helping his cause, is it? You were this close to buying it. I'm guessing no woman who weighed more than 140 pounds was allowed in that house. No. Which one of them? Did you guys see Judge Oren? This one. So the middle one, this one is the one whose wife was pregnant and he begged for bail, which I can't believe they got bail, especially with the federal hold. I was really, really surprised. Whose wife was pregnant and needing his support, stating that her family is in Brazil and was counting on him to be with her when the child was being born. Dude, don't allegedly rape women and you won't have that problem. Miami, and then it was this whole thing about the passports. So let me see if I can bring it up, because let me know if you haven't watched it. But the whole arraignment or first appearance was shocking to me, because they were allowed to go on bail, and then he was like, well, I can't get my passport to you because the government rummaged through and I don't even know if I have it, and so we'll just give it to you when I want. I was like, what? This, let me bring it up.
It's no bond.
I was shocked, and that takes a lot. So, and if you don't recall this gal, she is the judge who did Donna Adelson's first appearance as well.
It's no bond, probable cause, and I also have to read the stay away order. Where's the stay away order? State, you prepared it?
Yes, Judge, I believe Ms. S.
This
prepared.
is the one that's 7-9.
I can prepare it now if you need it, but it's a MW is the victim's.
Sir, you are ordered to stay away from the alleged victim, whose initials are MW. No contact with that alleged victim, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. No contact with the alleged victim through social media or other electronic means. And you must stay at least 500 feet away from the alleged victim, or home and school and place of employment at all times. Do you understand the stay away order, sir?
I do.
All right, now the other two cases. F-24 25507. This is another arrest warrant. This is an incident from October 26th of 2021. So these are all delayed arrests or delayed reporting. Go ahead, Ms. Snyder, what you want to say?
Your Honor, there is probable cause within the four corners of the A form for this sexual battery. Judge, I would emphasize that the defendants are even more of a flight risk than I think when the judge initially signed the warrants, because of the federal cases, because of the federal indictment that was unsealed yesterday, I believe. So Judge, I asked for an elevated bond. I asked for you to at least double what was the judge put on, which I believe is $50,000. They also have a vast amount of resources, Your Honor, I believe. And I asked for house arrest and an ankle monitor.
Okay. Let me review this. Mr. Dicker, I'm sure you have something to say.
Yeah, I mean, Judge, we would just ask for the standard bond. We're going to present something. Hopefully what we present is amenable. If it's not, Judge, we're going to have to litigate the F1. But I would just ask for the standard bond to apply.
Okay. Um,
I believe it's an elevated bond as it stands, Your Honor.
It's a first degree felony. The suggested standard bond on a first degree felony is $15,000.
15.
That's what the suggested standard. I understand the judge who set this bond wrote 50,000 plus house arrest.
50. Judge, right?
50.
50. Just want to make sure.
She wrote 50, but the suggested bond is 15. You have somebody here with no priors, although 3 pending cases, and as you tell me, there's a federal case pending as well. In this case, I'll set a bond. How about $25,000 bond? No house arrest, but I want to surrender a passport and travel documents. This is
Judge, I
a mess.
do ask for an ankle monitor. I'm concerned with everything pending that they are a flight risk, Judge. That he
Okay,
is a flight risk.
even if you have his passport,
Judge,
yes,
his wife is about to give labor.
okay.
He's about to have a child, Your Honor. He's lived in Miami his entire life. He has an incredibly strong contacts to the community. We don't believe he's a flight risk, but we would be happy to surrender his passport.
All right, I'm gonna add the house arrest as well. Actually, the judge didn't write, she wrote hold for first appearance judge. That's it. She didn't add house arrest. Judge, you signed the warrant.
But I didn't say she did, Judge. I said she set that $50,000 bond.
He's being held no bond on the other case. That judge can decide. If she wants to put it on another case, she can. So it's gonna be $25,000 bond, no house arrest, surrender of your passport and travel documents prior to posting bond.
And that's all passports, Judge. I don't know that if he has an Israeli.
Surrender of all passports or travel documents prior to posting bond.
And so the state's aware, he has one passport, an American passport, and we'll be happy to surrender it.
Is he going to surrender it to you or?
Did you guys see the rage in his face? Look, let me back up just a second. Not gonna be able to do it.
To the
Watch his
community.
face. Look at
We
this.
don't believe he's a flight risk, but we would be happy to surrender his passport.
All right, I'm going to add the house arrest as well. Actually, the judge didn't write, she wrote hold for first appearance judge. That's it. She didn't add house arrest. Judge, you signed the warrant.
But I didn't say she did, Judge. I said she set that $50,000 bond.
He's being held no bond on the other case. That judge can decide. If she wants to put it on another case, she can. So it's going to be $25,000 bond, no house arrest, surrender of your passport and travel documents prior to posting bond.
And that's all passports, Judge. I don't know that if he has an Israeli.
Surrender of all passports or travel documents prior to posting bond.
And so the state's aware, he has one passport, an American passport, and we'll be happy to surrender it.
Look at his face. That's it right there. Look at it. Right here.
Is he going to surrender it to you or it has to be, Do you want it on the jail card?
I'm sorry,
Do you want that on the jail card?
surrender of the passports, yes.
Corrections, make sure you put it on the jail card.
Your Honor,
Surrender to the clerk's office.
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
my passport was at my residence, and I'm not sure if when they came to my residence, they took it.
So can we
Don't put it,
make that as a condition, Your Honor? That would complicate things. They searched his home. If the passport's in the house, obviously we'll surrender it, but if it's not, then we're gonna be back in front of you.
corrections.
This defendant has access to private planes, private boats. He is a flight risk.
Judge. He's here to face the charges. He's been here his entire life, but in any event, Your Honor, I'm gonna be making a bail application to the state tomorrow. Hopefully it's satisfactory.
All right. You don't know if there's a passport. The federal government may have taken it when they searched his home.
So, Socorro asks, Farias says, what is a jail card? A jail card is an actual card that goes in. So the person who's in booking and then would release them, say it was a DUI, which in Florida is mandatory 8 hours in the jail. So pretend it was just a DUI. They would have on there what they're allowed to keep, what they're allowed to go. It's basically instructions. So that's why she's saying they had to remand the passport, which this whole entire conversation is comical, sad, but remand the passport to them so that he could go in house arrest. It's reminding the jail to pull that passport. But he's saying, Judge, don't complicate things and ask for a passport.
Judge, if we can, we'll hopefully be able to get something that says that, but I don't know if the federal government took it, but we need to have it.
Okay, so leave it on the jail card, and if you find it's not in his possession, then the judge can always add house arrest instead of the passport. Okay? We're leaving it on the jail card.
Judge, what about this? What if we add we don't mind if you put house arrest.
We don't mind.
The bail application that I'm going to be making will include house arrest.
Fine, so it's plus house arrest. What level you want? 3?
Your Honor, I'd like to be able to go to the hospital if my wife gives labor.
That was level 3 house arrest. You have to wear an ankle monitor, and they monitor your whereabouts. And if
That's
you
right.
cut it off, they get a signal and alerted right away. And they'll So corrections, no surrender of passport on the jail card, okay? I'm going to make a condition, but not on the jail card.
Thank you.
Okay, Your Honor. It will be given to attorney. And the attorney can notify the state once it's in your possession if it's available, okay? Plus house arrest, level 3 house arrest, just to make sure he's on a monitor. And stay away from the victim. I need to look at the other case. Oh, also stay away from did I read the stay away order in this case? No. Yes, this case, you are ordered to stay away from the alleged victim. What are the and whose initials are MM. No contact with this alleged victim, either directly, indirectly.
Private attorney and money. That's why he gets special charge. He has a private attorney to go in and go, Judge, just let it go, Judge. We don't need to complicate things, Judge. And she sees there's a federal hole. So for her, this is really semantics because the feds aren't going to let him out.
In person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties. No contact with the alleged victim through social media or other electronic means. And you must stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, her home, school, and place of employment at all times. I didn't see that one. I see one for the paperwork for it, okay? Here, I just got it. I don't see an MM. I see an MW, MG, and SM.
I believe on this one, it's NG.
It's the initials are MG, just to be clear. MG, stay away from that alleged victim, MG.
Your Honor, on 25504, the bond was 25,000 plus house arrest.
1 second. I thought that was,
This is all semantics, right?
where's the one I read on? Two 25504. Now I was reading this one, 25507. That was the one I said 25,000 plus house arrest. Now I have to review F-24-25504. That's another case you have, sir. So it's another arrest warrant. So this is from sometime in 2017. It's another delayed.
2017, Judge, I believe there's a date there. But yes.
Okay, October 19th, 2017. Okay, had a chance to review this one too. All right. There's probable cause for the charge. Your order to stay away from this alleged victim, his initials are SM, no contact with that alleged victim, either directly, indirectly, in person, in writing, by telephone, or through third parties, and stay at least 500 feet away from the victim, her home, school, and place of employment at all times. You understand, sir?
Understood.
Thank you. So in this case as well, I'm okay setting a bond of $25,000. That's a substantial bond.
Your Honor, the state,
That's
again,
house
asked-
arrest, level 3 house arrest. And that's it. You'll have,
Your Honor,
yes.
I'm sorry, for F-24-25503 Alpha, that's gonna stay as a no bond, correct?
That's correct. That's no bond. He's going to see the division judge tomorrow. The other two cases, the $25,000 bond plus house arrest, level 3 house arrest, which is GPS roaming, surrender of his passport or travel documents to his attorney prior to posting the bond. I don't need that on the jail card. Anything else?
Nothing from the defense?
No curfew. Yes?
Nothing from my defense, no.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Demir.
Nothing else in this matter.
Good day, sir.
Thank you.
Did I sign this the right one here or no? We're having that on. Let's see.
So I found some more stuff. So here's a Vanity Fair article that is not blocked, by the way, with a bunch of freaking advertisements. So bless their hearts. Vanity Fair for making it easy for me to share it. So this article says the real estate brokers Tal and Orrin Alexander. So Tal's the oldest one, 38 years old. The twins are 37 years old, as well as Orrin's twins brother Alon, which I don't know if they said it like that, but that's how I'm going to say it, was arrested yesterday. All three indicted on federal sex trafficking, blah, 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 charged with sex battery in Florida. The three high-rolling brothers from Miami are all accused by federal prosecutors of conspiracy to commit sex trafficking starting since 2010. How does this stuff go on for so long? How? On Wednesday, the Miami-Dade state attorney officially charged Orrin with 3 counts of sexual battery. Orrin, okay, so that's Tal and Orrin. So that one, I'm gonna have to like make signs. In 16, 17, and 21, with Alon also charged in connection to one of those same incidences as a co-conspirator, co-perpetrator. Time and again, we've seen people who use their fame, their money, their power to create opportunities. Catherine Fernandez Rundle, a Florida's top prosecutor who was fab. If it was her during the press conference, she was absolutely fabulous. At a press conference in Miami, I believe it was her, as she's unveiled the details. She was fabulous. Tal and Orrin's meteor, this is what I wanted to know. Meteoric rise in the real estate industry saw them sell and buy some of the most expensive properties across the US, from Aspen to the Hamptons to Miami to Manhattan, where in 19 they brokered billionaire hedge fund managers Ken Griffin 238 million Central Park apartment, at this time the most expensive property sale in US history. Before any allegations against the brothers became public, Oren's wedding to a Brazilian model was featured, which I pulled her up, by Vogue last year, while the New York Times covered his weekend brunch and workout routines with Tao. The host of charges, they're saying they're billionaires. The charges cap a dramatic year for the brothers after two civil lawsuits originally filed in New York State courts last November on behalf of two young women who accused Alon and Oren of rape and sexual assault. Two other women came forward with civil suits, also in New York State, so this was not new. This past summer, one against all three brothers and the other one just against Oren. Yet another woman filed a civil in New York court late Wednesday, alleging she was raped by both the twins. The Miami-Dade state attorney used some of her submitted evidence to support the state's criminal charges against the twins, along with a third person who I'm going to have to look up now, Ohad Fisherman. The Vanity Fair spoke to some of the women who allege at least one of the brothers, and sometimes more than one, raped and assaulted them. The brothers, who frequently use their IG accounts to show off posh homes, flashy parties, and private jet travel, very posh, allegedly planned these assaults well in advance, according to the federal indictment. Using promises of a luxury experience. Girls, stop. You're not getting anything other than raped. These young girls have got to stop. To locations where they were raped and sexually assaulted by multiple men, including one of, it's just obvious that you're not getting anything. It's like the women who sat on Harvey Weinstein's small, tiny penis, and it's the other ones who go to Diddy, for a record deal. It's beyond. The Alexanders had repeatedly denied the allegations in the civil cases, with the reps on more than one occasion publicly asserting that the accusers might be attempting a shakedown. The brothers have parted company with several of their lawyers and PR professionals in recent months. Billionaires. I am not sad about not being that rich. I'm not. So then here's the wife. Let me get her before I will make sure there's nothing can't share. No, where is she? Where'd I put it? Hold on, I think I covered it up. I think it was another very thin woman. Her top model Camilla Hansen got married in Gustav Galia Lahavgan. I completely destroyed that name, so I'll just shut up now. Anyway, rabbi, very thin girl, probably hadn't eaten in a while, and alleged rapist. Very sad. She picked out 3 different dresses. A week later, I went back and chose a different one. I just fell in love with it. And their lives are now ruined. They wanted to honor each other and their heritage. During the wedding day, in the details, Brazil and Israel's flag flew proudly at the end of the dock behind a floral chuppah. In choosing Galia as her gown, she paid homage to his Israeli heritage. She looks very intense. And now she pregnant and she ain't got her husband. She got a mess is what she got. So people wrote, like, how does the wife not know? Well, when your husband's likely never home, you're not going to know. I know, but it's still their wives. You know, it's hard. I mean, can you imagine? I speak from experience, which I don't. I just can't even imagine. I can't imagine going it alone in labor and delivery. I can't imagine. I just cannot imagine. I just cannot imagine. Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Yep. Is Tal Alexander married? Her name is Ariel. Her name is Ariel Kogut. Oh, so these are the sister-in-laws. I wonder how that's going right now. Ariel and Camilla. Yeah, I bet that's not going too well right now. She's stunning. Where are all the celebrities sitting next to them that now no longer want their faces next to them? God, she's tall. That's Tal. Huh? Tal's not coming home anymore, honey. Shame. Again, you have everything, but you want more and more and more and more and more. And I don't know how you all feel about rape, but in my head, it's a life sentence. And I hope they get one. I really do. If it's true, which it likely is when you have that many people, I hope they get the life sentence they deserve. Looks like a human. Where did you find their website? Because so their real estate company is called Official. And when I looked at it, it's an error. This is what I get when I look at it. This is now their website, officialpartners.homepage. Nada. Not happening. Nothing available. Drop the link in chat, Patty. Oh, this is what I got, officialpartners.com. Okay, it wouldn't let me go. An error occurred in Facebook, so it won't go on Facebook, but it'll go everywhere else. Let's see. Let me see if I can do Avon Alexander penthouse for sale. It's got to be on the, but they're not realtors. Let's face it. They're not realtors. I don't see it. I mean, I don't know if their company was part of the National Association of Realtors. That you got to pay for that article. They sold one Miami Beach home for $28 million just a couple months ago. They own the property. So it says, this is what it says. They own this property. Miami Beach home built by Power Agents sells for $28 million. Oren and Tao, who owned the property with a third brother, constructed the estate with their father, a Miami developer. The plot thickens. High-profile real estate agents, the Alexanders, have sold their home in Miami for $28 million after listing it for $31 million. The two own the property with a third brother who works in the security business. It thickens even more. It's like stew right now. The Mediterranean-style estate on the Intercoastal was most recently asked $29 million. Michelle Shurtleff and Nancy Batchelor of Compass represented the buyer, whose identity could not be determined. Whatever. Alexander had the listing. Alexander's paid $3.42 million for the site, along with their father, Shlomi Alexander. Okay, so when I was looking up homes, Shlomi, this guy, when I was looking up the property appraiser, he's on almost all of their properties. That's their dad. I didn't know who he was until now. They raised an existing home on the site to build the new estate. So they tore the plot that they bought was a tear down. They tear it down and they come back up. Let me go see if I can find Shlomi. So Shlomi's got a problem now. Oren and Alexander and his wife have been living there. Tao lives in New York, while Elon was his own house in Miami. So it's probably that first house I looked up. And it's like 41 million. Oren said he's currently building a new home in Sunset Islands, which is where that address is, where Tao is also building a home in Miami Beach, spanning 11,000 square feet. The estate has 3 structures. A coach house with a garage and staff quarters. Not anymore, it doesn't. Not anymore. Nope, no. Co-founders of the brokerage official. They try to be like us because our company is called The Brokerage. They're trying to be official. Have sold nearly $3 billion in real estate over the last 2 years. Their team represented Ken Griffin. Damn. Sales of luxury single-family home dropped 52%. Dang. Girl. Look at this. Miami says, we need your help. You know the brothers. They want more. They want more information. Have you worked in real estate with them? Ooh. Gone to high school with them, been at parties, done business. The state wants to hear from you. Ooh, they're going after them harsh. Shlomi. Shlomi's going to be in trouble too. Debbie, I'm so sorry. God, I hate flying. Halfway to the airport, text the plane landed in Orlando instead of Fort Lauderdale. Oh, yeah, they're going down hard. And that is what he said. They are going hard. Those houses are not getting finished. Let's see. Alexander. Is it Shlomi? I'm not going to spell it right now after I have it. What's his? Shlomy. Shlomy. Yep. There's a family trust. Here's a lawsuit that would end in a settlement. But it doesn't say what happened. Shlomi was being sued. Shocking. Okay, there's a lot of lawsuits here. Daddy lives on Flamingo Drive. 35. And that house is huge. Huge. 28 million. Oh, this must be the house. So this is the house that they just sold. $28 million. Yep, this is the house because that matches the one out front. Dang nabbit. Now I won. I'll just let that sit for a minute. But you didn't. Prankster, hypocrite, persuader, assassin. Might want to just let that sit again, brothers. How freaking stupid are you? Guess you're not stupid. Greed is a powerful drug. It's pretty. I love that floor. Damn. Has its own light show in there. Look at that. The desk is beautiful. Damn. Brothers had taste, didn't they? Even if they are evil. I don't like that at all. Maybe it's prettier in person. That is ugly. 28 million. Damn. $35.41. I wonder who owns it now. $35.41, $35.31, $35.41. Such a simple address. It's in a trust. Ooh. Name is Shofin Gao, maybe? Oh. Israeli bought it. It's a female from Cupertino. She violated the Federal Election Campaign Act. A copy of the complaint is enclosed. I love it. Damn. No, it's actually Chinese. Some sort of broker. What is wrong with these people? Shofan Gao. Oh, no. No. I don't know if it's a personal. Let's see. Is it a person? Is it a place? Is it a thing? That cannot be it. I don't see a picture. Dude, that's a hell of a complaint. It's huge. A lot of money in corruption. $28 million. A lot of money. Surely this gang doesn't associate with people on the up and up. It's really hard to get 28 million for a house, and you have been on the up and up. Pretty sure they partied with Hunter. The complaint. There's a thing, it's Shofin Gao and the Children of Israel, LLC, is what the complaint's about. They knowingly permitted its name to be used for the making of such a contribution. $400,000. Oh, somebody's got some. That's a lot of spending money for a political campaign. So it's a $400,000 donation, $150,000, $250,000. And it's basically prohibition on contributions in the name of another. You're not allowed to use another. Ghost corporation is what it says. Damn. No photos on the internet? On the interwebs? How do you have no photos on the internet? None. They sold listings New York City, Miami, Hamptons, LA. You check New York City, Miami is next. You're unaware who I'm talking about? I'm talking about the Alexander twins who were charged with rape and sex trafficking this past week. You would retire at Del Boca Vista. Very good Seinfeld reference. Thank you, Mr. C. No one cooks there, apparently. The designers had taste. Well, it's probably one of the wives. Too much marble. With as active as the brothers were when they were ever home to enjoy living in this lap of luxury, probably not. You didn't like the bed. None of the Alexander money went into the Maytag. You like the Elvis picture. You like the Gridney. Let me share it with you again. The Elvis photo is kind of cool. It's just very cold. That desk is absolutely beautiful. I'm hung up on it. Okay, I can understand this as a look and as an aesthetic. I get it. How do you get in and then how do you get out without falling on your ass? Anybody have any advice? Because I know people my age that want to put a soaking tub in, but there are no handles. There's no accoutrement to get your hiney out of the tub. How do you do it? I showed a picture of her, Rosemary. I showed a picture of her earlier. You had a Roman tub, now you have this tub. Okay, then how do you get in and out? Debbie, how? How do you do it? You love that they're not getting out. They're not getting out. See, this bed to me is for the youth because, and short people, no offense, I need a very tall bed. See this furniture? I'd have to crank my ass up to get out of it. Okay, where'd you find the website? Murder. How'd you get to the website? Where'd you go? Did you post it for me? Their mother's Orly. Thank you, Patricia. Patty, check your mail. Okay. Oh, you had to go to the archives. Dude, they took down that site fast. Wonder how many agents they had. Townhouse, 18,000 square feet. You know, I gotta look it up. Okay, I'm gonna get into YouTube in a minute if I share that. Hold on one second. Let me take me off. Who owned that? Taylor Swift? Who owns that? 19 East 64th Street. It's 5 stories tall. The Wildenstein art firm was located it was the Vanderbilt House between 51st and 52nd. In April 17, it became, I'm going to share it with you. Hold on. I just got to get these freaking. Holy bajoli. 90 million for a property. I still don't see it. Dude, what you can buy with that? Oh, here it is. Hold on, let's see if it'll pop. Nope, came up an error on the website itself without going to the priciest townhome set. Here we go. You can't have full addresses on the YouTube because they tell you it's doxing people. So that's why I'm going in and out trying to hide it. Billionaire Len Blavatnik has broken the city's record for the most expensive town after paying $90 million. So they make commission on that. So it's probably like, I can't imagine them paying the full like 6% on that, but who knows? The seller H&A Group sold their home at 19 East 64th Street after picking it up in April for $79.5. Blavatnik, hopefully I said it right, a music executive who already owns a home on 64th Street, paid $80 million for a home on Fifth Avenue and has an estimated net worth of $20.5 billion. Damn. But there's more. Carlos Slim, Mexican business magnate and former richest person in the world, listed it in 15. I'll have to read that later because I'm that nosy. Dang, man. I'm on. Now that is a kitchen. Nah. I'm going to do so much research tonight. It's going to make me ill with no sleep. 157 West 57th Street. Oh my God. Our mission is to transform the client experience by creating a relationship that transcends the transaction, all while raping you. Unbelievable. In Boca, there's a fairly new building on the water where condos are 15 million, and most people own it are the Russians who never lived there. It's the best way to keep a condo in shape. You'd rather be in Soho. He's gangster. You met him when you won an award he funded. Congratulations. You know Len Blavatnik. I gotta look him up. Dang, he looks like he hopefully has a sense of humor. He's a Soviet-Ukrainian born British-American businessman and philanthropist. He acquired Warner Music Group. Okay, so I have a thing with them because when I post Patty's Playhouse, the radio show on Facebook, I get Warner's huge, massive, massive, massive. I get so many copyrights on Warner Music. It's insane. Sold it all. How do you get there? So let's pretend I'm a pretty decent salesperson and I go to New York City. You would have to promise the world to these just to get in the click. Like to hear the story of how you got in behind Ken Griffin to be able to sell that property. What did you do? I can't even imagine. You can't find a decent slice of pizza. Highest sale in Florida was Coconut Grove Estate, 3500 St. Gaudens Road. Okay, I go look that up. 3500. Court? 65 million. Whatever it was, they tore it down. There was a court. Reimagine, reinvent, or restore this mid-century Miami 5-acre, 33-room. Dude, he has all the parcels. All the parcels. So I remember this just reading real estate. So reimagine, reinvent, restore, mid-century 35 Miami 5-acre, 33-room Coconut Grove Estate, Baymere. Built by the DuPonts in 1964. They got all the listings. What in the hell did they do to get them? What? What do you do? Who are you promising to these people? It's not coming up. Coconut Grove Estate. Baymere. Back then, it was 22 million. Holy bajoli. How do you get in like that? Okay, here it is. How do you get in it? And would you even want to be around people that were like that? It's back there, all that property, 5 acres. Holy canoodle land. It's for the boats. And they demolished it all. Crazy. Oh my God. Look at that fan. Oh my God, I love that wallpaper. Don't hate me. I love that wallpaper. Oh my God. Imagine the parties that took place here. Look at the design on the, imagine the big TV. It's a time warp. Oh my heavens. That bathroom is massive. You play bocce ball in there. Oh, this is all custom. Look at that. It's a dressing area. I bet that was a Barco lounger in the day. I bet it was the brand. Look at that. Oh my God. Crazy land. Knocked it all down, which needed to be, but. Thank you, Marion, very much for reminding me it was a good night. You're from Maryland. Cool, Tracy. Are you on the Eastern Shore or more Baltimore? Small studios in your building are renting for $4,000 a month. Jesus. Well, I mean, look at where, what's her face? Wendy Adelson was living was $5,000. Patricia said she's been on a bit of a high this week as she got a surprise windfall of a couple grand. It was left in a will for me from a guy who I had been an advocate for at court when he was little. Oh my goodness, Patricia. Oh, that's sweet that you were remembered. That's amazing. How did these fools get all that notoriety? It's crazy. I have about 5,500 tabs open on my screen right now. I'm not going to lie. You should see it. It says for that DuPont family, they could have subdivided that into a luxury enclave of 7 home sites. How are they getting that? Oh, to be an investigator on this case, just to be on the financials, forensic side, to see, okay, so you're promising all these girls on Instagram, you're promising everybody a trip. So you gotta have the secretaries or assistants, because we don't call people secretaries anymore. So you gotta have your assistants, your first assistant, your second assistant. You gotta order all that, and you gotta plan it. You're not planning your own trip, so you gotta have the travel agent, the flights. You have your own planes. You have your own private planes. That is incredible. Orly Alexander and the mom. Oh, Kent Security is what she owns. Look at this. So the other brother, Tal, is in security business. So here's the mom, Orly Alexander, Chief Financial Officer. Orly is a CFO and co-founder of Kent Security. In '82, after emigrating from Israel with practically no money, but a wealth of drive, determination, and ambition, and now possibly losing all 3 of her children to the federal prison system, Shlomi started Kent Security around their kitchen table. She started her career in the U.S. as a Hebrew teacher and later became a Hebrew school principal. Orly juggled the demands of her full-time job, being a mother to her young children and assisting in the day-to-day operations of Kent. In the 80s, as Kent began to surge in growth and build upon its success, she holds a Bachelor of Arts with the University of Miami. She's the proud mother of 4 men, who's the 4th, who are each entrepreneurs in their own right, and she also extremely active in the philanthropist as a philanthropist for a variety of causes, from cancer to the Israeli Film Festival and Title I public schools throughout South Florida. Giving back. Orly is giving back. Damn, girl, you are in a fit of hurt right now. Damn. The rich and depraved Alexander brothers are sons of Israeli rags to riches couple who came to America with nothing, which is amazing. She and Shlomi, dad, worked for decades together. She serves as the company's CFO, while Elon is a top executive at the security firm after he did not join Oren and Tal as real estate agents. The 4th brother, Niv, previously worked as a journalist. Guess he missed the boat on that. Neither Niv nor his parents have been accused for any wrongdoing. Why is Niv now like Robert Adelson? This includes the sale of a $25 million property on Sunset Islands, reports The Real Deal, which you got to pay to read, by the way. As the family enjoyed their time at the top, they brought the brothers in the orbit of the likes of Tommy Hilfiger. But after building a following of lavish social media presence and accolades, Oren and Tal, including co-selling the highest value property in U.S. history, the family's time at the top came crashing down. In stark contrast to images from the years past, the brothers at high-flying parties, identical twins, Oren and Elon, were seen in rough-looking mugshots. Shlomi smiled and said that he was doing great following his son's court hearing. I had a picture of that, by the way. Dad must have been in the room. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Here's this. This must, oh, it is. It is mom and dad. There you go. So mom and dad are right here. Dad, mom, attorney. Dad doesn't look like he slept. Niv Alexander is the 4th brother. Here, I found that. I had the photo pending, sitting up here in one of my 25 tabs I had to find. Could be corruption, who knows, but they're going to find it if they can. It's how the Epstein flew victims around the world undocumented, those private planes. There's a lot of corrupt people in Miami, fraudsters in many businesses and healthcare. It used to be the whole point in an Israeli passport is there's a list of countries that can't search you on entry. Dodgy prospects want a private plane. Oh. Wonder if they had to sign NDAs. Probably. Do you think the father set up the... No. Where's Rosemary? Rosemary's sleuthing. Do you think the father accommodates... Well, I'm sure he accommodates the lifestyle. I mean, these are grown men. They definitely ain't paying tax on all that. Looking up their dad. Don't know his name. Shlomi. Shlomy. You never have cash just before Christmas, so my family are going to be floored with the good presents. Oh, Patricia. See, that's a good thing to hear about on a day like the week before Christmas, which I love. Do you watch The Small Apartments on YouTube? No. Patty should put some on. Do you watch The Small Apartments on YouTube? I don't. I've been watching a lot of outdoor camping videos. Don't judge. But these guys, they're in like Korea and they're in the snow and they're in these very lush cabins with this very lush equipment. But they're camping with a very beautiful dog. It's crazy. I've been a bit of a high. Very cool for you. Carpet doesn't match the wallpaper. It's 2 rows. It was like in the 60s. I mean, I'm sorry, but I loved it. Your husband may get a flight back. Good for you. Remember when airlines gave you a free round trip ticket if this happened? No. I have absolutely no recollection of it. And the Adelsons thought they were rich. I know. Daddy-o. There we go. There we are. The brothers. Oren second for left and Elon far right. So this is Elon and Oren and Tao. And this is a businessman named Howard Lorber right here in the blue. Well, if he were my husband, I don't care how wealthy he is, he wouldn't be walking out with that suit on. Okay, that just would not happen. Here we go. He is the better jawline of the two, for sure. His jawline, he looks more evil. Doesn't he look pissed? He looks absolutely 100% pissed. But he looks more like, what the hell did I do? He looks angry. Just like someone posted earlier, the Menendez brothers. Towels has not been released his mugshot because it's federal. That's how they roll. They were pictured scowling from the gallery. My parents would not be there. Can I tell you? Rest their souls. If I got arrested for anything like that, other than what I already got arrested for, if anything like, they would not have shown. They would have said, you are now just Patty. Don't ever use our last name again. And we're not acknowledging you. Like, I don't even know if I would get a call for that. Like, it would not happen. They wore a large smile on their face moments after hearing sickening allegations. Asked how he was doing. He said, surprised by many, great. People are nuts. Here's Tommy Hilfiger. See, he looks really, ugh. I don't know that it's shame. Thanks, Daily Mail, but I don't see shame there. That's Tao with caviar. Oh. A star of TV show $1 Million Listing. I'll have to ask my daughter. She watches that. I don't watch it. That's the wife. Supposedly having a baby. But you're right. Someone said it could be a surrogate. Did these people, okay. I'm not victim shaming. I've been a victim for this, so I'm not victim shaming. Not at all. But if someone is messaging you on Instagram and inviting you to the beach, where she later met Elon and the other family member, why do you go? Why do you go? Weeks later, she said she had dinner with Oren and a friend at a real estate event. She said she'd taken aback by the Miami Beach condo where the claim unfolded. She said she tried on virtual reality goggles inside the condo, at which point Oren allegedly removed her dress and pushed her to a bedroom before assaulting her. The victim said she met Oren weeks later at a hot tub event and demanded an apology when he responded to her by trying to kiss her over her, it is claimed. When she told friends and Oren heard about it, he allegedly sent her a text, nothing happened. If you keep talking, I'm going to ruin you. Well, apparently she kept the text message. In the 21 incident, a woman claimed she met Oren at dinner with a friend before they went to. At that moment, she said Oren poured her a drink and instantly tried to kiss her on the couch. He led her to the bedroom, claimed, ripped off her dress and shoes, and refused to let her leave. Said she would later return to the bedroom. He assaulted her, according to the remark. What I read, too, was, I think from, I don't know, I didn't read it. I listened to the press conference with that amazing prosecutor. She really was. She's so articulate in how she described everything. They demanded these women scrub and sent, I think it was that guy, the fourth person, Fishman, to Fisherman, to watch them shower and scrub. So the other guy had to watch them do that. I just can't. So some guy had to watch them shower and scrub. Ohad Fisherman is his name. And that's the guy who had to wash. He's the hummus hunk. He was set to be arraigned on Wednesday, the day after he and his new wife. Stop it. Stop it. These people are so depraved. He's a real estate mogul known as the hummus hunk, is facing felony charges for allegedly participating in at least one gruesome sex assault, say 3 South Florida brothers began carrying out when they were in high school. A fisherman is said to be arraigned on Wednesday, the day after he and his new wife returned from a honeymoon in Japan. Holy sugar zone. Fisherman 38 is a close friend who are known for their ultra-luxury real estate empire and third Alexander sibling who runs the family's private security company. That's how they do all that. Twins Orrin and Alon, along with Tao, were arrested earlier this week. High school. 15 years to life. And remember, the feds have a 96% conviction rate. Might be a little, 96% conviction rate. Orrin and Alon were also charged in state court for its first degree sexual battery. I want to see what my man looks like. The hummus hunk. Who makes this shit up? Who makes it up? Who? Why are there no pictures of this dude? Oh, here he is. He's on LinkedIn. No offense. I shouldn't be laughing, but that's funny. He's a real estate broker at the Fisherman Group. He doesn't look like a hunk to me. I mean, I'm sorry, but that is not. That's it. Ohad Fisherman. The hummus hunk. You heard the hummus hump. They should transition to prison pretty easily. No wonder he's in hiding. He was mortified. He wasn't mortified. He enjoyed it. I thought Orrin said he had to be at the hospital because his wife was expecting. Well, he's not going. He's not going. These kind of folks seem almost alien to me. Dude. So that is a big sentence there. Something tells me this hole is deep. Something tells me dude was getting married. Went to Japan for a honeymoon. I mean, oh, bless her heart. Some girl named Mary Goldstein. He went to the BFAs. Trying to find his wedding photos. I can't believe, well, they might have taken them down. Oh, he has his own logo with his name. That's it. He hasn't taken his site down. Nice logo, though. Here's his logo. I like it. The Fisherman Group. Stories. Home valuation. Following a decade of success, he's hit the South Florida market. Look at that poor puppy. No one really reads a book like that, Ohad. They don't. Look how his jacket is firmly pressed against the... No. No one reads like that. They're not reading like, upright. He's a 3-pound dog named Miko. Adorable. His luxury hummus brand, Hummus Junum, in New York City in 813. His hummus quickly became a celebrity favorite. It's hummus. It's chickpea. What is there to it? And retailed at the top food distributor. I guess there's more to it than I thought. His active listing is 2.9. That's all I got on here right now. No results. Oops. Dude's in a world of trouble too. It's his emotional support dog. It's adorable. 3-pound dog. That's cute. Hi, Mia. How are you? So they all moved here after COVID and helped make home unaffordable. That looks like it. That's a good timing for you. Yeah. Oh, I think his girl's name is, hold on. I think she is Japanese. Yeah, I think she is. Catherine Lee, L.E. Could be wrong. Depends on where they got married. Dudes are in trouble. I just can't. Well, I mean, they've been doing this since high school and not getting... I don't think he got married in Florida because I can't find a marriage license. All these people had girls. They all dated like legit dates. And then they still went around and did all this to these women. Well, this is a story that's going to go on for a very long time. Hi, Wesley. How are you? Even the cheapest properties associated with them. Oh, yeah, it's likely above all of our incomes. How are you, Mia? There is a cousin, too, on the run. Says he's... Oh, Ohad Fisherman. This says he is the cousin. According to Local 10, Ohad Fisherman is a cousin to the Alexander brothers facing sexual assault and is set to on Tuesday. So it'll be this Tuesday because he's on the way home from Japan. They drug them. Oh, man. So much trouble. I'm really bothered by that dad walking out like that, pretending like they just won the lottery and everything's great. They followed a playbook for sex trafficking. Damn, these people are nuts. They had arrogant contempt for women, says the Miami Herald. They assaulted and raped over the course of 20 years, according to the court files documenting new details about their playbook. Damn. What is amazing about this, to me, is that the media is not trying to make them innocent. I think that's kind of amazing so far. You just two days doing an effing Christmas tree. Debbie has 3 cats, so she won't even bother. That's funny though. 2 days. Date rape. But they got to get the date rape drug. I guess they can. You know, that kind of money, you got all you want of everything you want. Thank you for joining, Wesley. Rosemary says they were disgusting. They would watch each other. It's very upsetting to me that they were doing that in high school. It makes me question the parents a little bit more than I would have. The dad being like that. I'm telling you, the dad's on all the properties. Dad's on them. Shlomi. Shlomi has some explaining. Is that bad? Too easy, really. Dude, he just got married. Those poor women. They are so, I mean, their level of sales is not anything I understand in my world. To be able to lure, manipulate, damage these women the way they did, and then the women that they're married to, who probably thought they hit the big time. They probably thought, ooh, we are so in. We're in. Oh, no. Her name is Jordan. I was completely wrong. It's not Catherine Lee. Her name is Jordan. Stop it. Do you want to see their wedding registry? This is their wedding registry. Stop. Jordan and Ohad. They got married. They got engaged in June. They want an ivory light cabin gloss ivory beige bag. Needs 1 of 1, so no one bought it. A berry and thread oblong server. A $250 cast iron skillet. A $375 frame. Girl, you don't need that. What you need is a husband who's not a rapist. That's what you need. $83 bath towel. I'm sure it's soft. Flatware, $2,000. I'm going to say it again. You don't need any of this. You don't. What you need is a husband who's not a rapist. Damn. People bought this. Someone bought that cast iron skillet. A placemat for $200. First of all, placemats are kind of out, Jordan, but $225 for a set of 4 for someone to drool on. I'm just not. Does it tell their story? Sometimes it'll go on the story now. Jordan Roy. Let me look her up. I am so cheap. She's a writer. Stop it. She's with the Times of Israel. She's a beautiful girl. You get it. Holy shiznoid. Well, I mean, I figured she'd be beautiful, but I didn't think she'd be that beautiful. She has music too. We can listen to her music. Oh my God. This is not a political statement I'm posting. I just want to see her picture. Okay. It's not about the politics. It's about her photo. There's her photo. She is stunning. Stunning. She's the prettiest of all of them. Those lips are amazing. I know there's probably fillers in there, but on her face, they look beautiful. Stunning girl. What a shame. I had to buy a $350 turkey roaster for an attorney's wedding, William and Sonoma, because the $1,200 a place set of dishes were too much. Oh, bless your heart. Oh. Hi, Gladys. All they have to do is get a prescription for Halcyon from their physician, just like a roofie. Oh, my. You have a huge cast iron wok. You paid a fortune for it and had to wait a year for them to cast it. Oh, my gosh. It is a label. Thanks, Wesley. You buy Christmas placemats at the Dollarama. It's a silver plate to boot. Friends with Diddy, they must have cross-matched. Short marriage, I know. She is really beautiful though, right? So she's a writer. How do these people who like journalism stuff miss it? They miss it, or do they choose to miss it, or what? Oh man, that's gonna suck. That and the one with the baby, dude, that's bad. And then there's a Tamar Roy. They must all be related. Oh, Silverwood Interiors. Now it gets better. She does all the luxury goods for this area. She owns Silverwood Interiors and the president of Silverwood Flooring. She's a beauty too. I bet they're related. This has to be the sister or a cousin or something. So she's probably doing the interiors of these properties. She's a pretty girl. God, what I wouldn't get for those eyebrows. Look at that. It's nicely painted. Nice. You should have bought the couple a turkey. It would have been cheaper. Oh, Tater, how are you? You've been listening for the last hour and a half. I got these expensive Italian made martini glasses worth $150 each for $8. It's all a label though. Some great tinted lips balm I love are the Black Lip Balm by Finding Ferdinand and also Lipstick Queen in the shade Medieval. Black lipstick. Blinded by the money. So sad. She writes blogs. McGill University. Oh my God. She's on the Facebook. Let's see if her Facebook's still there. Oh, her Facebook's up. She lives in Toronto. See, that's how you get away with it. This is how you get away with shit. You don't live near each other. That is how you get away with it. Toronto, single. Well, this is 2020. So she hasn't updated that. Beautiful girl. Girl, you are screwed all up. There's nothing going to be, I mean, you weren't long enough married to be able to get any money from him, but you bought a purse at Goodwill today for $5. But what was the label, Dreamweaver? Plastic placemats will be handy in prison. It's funny. They are disgusting, Glass, but it really is a pervasive attitude of this kind of human and how they treat women. It really is bad. I wonder if their thing is still on Instagram. Oh, it is. 60,000. Oh, he privatized his photo. His Instagram's private now. That's funny. Yep, private. That is hilarious. Oren had 60,000. Let's see what Ohad has. Dude, how do I have more followers than you on the Instagram? And I'm not a rapist, so there is that. From the city to the sea was his tagline. All private now. It's not going to change the fact that people are going to hate your guts. So, sorry, dude. Wonder if Jordan was changing her name to Fisherman. Probably not. I never even go on Instagram. It's just of all the platforms, that one makes me the most anxious, and I don't know why. For those new in the chat tonight, Patty has decided to imitate Roberta Glass. Yeah, which I have another webcam, but the lighting is off on it. You got to make all these adjustments. I haven't had time. But the webcam went bonkers and took my photo off. Or my image, my real image. So I just have my logo. We won't get to see their trials because it's the feds. Now it's bad. Wesley and Jezebel sleep with me every night. I guess if the house blows up, at least we'll all be together. Well, Wesley, the beautiful thing about it is your dogs will let you know if the house is about to blow up. Because when our house got hit by a tornado, my dog, I wasn't at home at the time, was with my husband and alerted my husband to get up out of the bed. Pretty cool. You are from Nova Scotia, Canada. I was there once, meeting a boyfriend. He was in the Canadian Navy. He was very handsome. We had fun. It was beautiful. Ball Harbor. We went to Ball Harbor. We had a great time when we were dating. I still miss the blah blah bow poster, so not seeing it is better for me. Oh, should I? So if you are new to this, I had a painting, a print behind me, rather large, behind my head, and it was just different versions of blah, different colors. It was blah blah. BLAH. It's funny. Oh, he didn't make it out. Patricia, this is getting worse. Patricia had a fire behind her house. She lives in the UK. Just one eccentric guy who was a hoarder lived there. He didn't make it out, and cops have cordoned the place off as a crime scene. Hey, Jude says she bought a beautiful pocketbook at Goodwill. Excuse me. Sorry. That was a horrendous color and bought $5 thing of black dye and dyed it black to swipe and buff. Came out gorgeous. Good for you, hey, Jude. I would be petrified to do something like that. You love that print? Oh, nice. Thank you. Their list of verified ex-followers may be interesting. Let me see if they're on their Twitter. Right, took that off too. Did you check MBM? to check murder. I'm so glad my team won. It just makes my life so much nicer. People. Alon Alexander. No, that happens to be not him. Do you know there's more than one person named Alon on here? Oh, here he is. Vice President of Kent Security. Greater New York City, about me. I used to have an about me thing. Oh my God, your head. Dude, resize your photo. Reset. See, this is a problem for me. If you're gonna look at this, I know this is old. I get it. Either remove it, which you probably will because or fix it. Went to New York. Law school. Stop it. Are they attorneys? Wow. I mean, it's on here. It must be true, right? Oh, here's his LinkedIn. New York Law School. Hasn't been on here in a while. Oh my God, I'm never going to be able to sleep. Hillel Community Day School, Michael Kropp Senior High School, University of Maryland College Park, University of Colorado. Wow. Law school, dude, you cannot be as stupid as you are. (1987). I'm old enough to be his mother. Elon went to University. Warren graduated from university with a degree in finance, quickly moved to New York City, became recruited by Harold. Oh, so the guy in the blue suit recruited him at Prudential Douglas Elliman. The guy I shared with the blue suit that I said my husband, I wouldn't let him out. A degree in criminal justice. He was accepted to attend law school at New York Law, where he joined his brother in New York City in the summer before entering. Elon found Kent Security a full service. So I don't know that he graduated. Heavily involved in charity organizations. How absolutely foul and disgusting. I love rabbit holes so much. I mean, there's a lot. They like themselves very, very much. The Alon Alexander blog post, heart space. Just kidding. Oh, I cracked myself up. Sorry. It's really not called the heart space. I just made that up. But here's the Alon Alexander blog spot. And then I added heart space to be humorous. So they just repeat each other though. Their security provides concierge, doorman, maintenance, janitorial services. They own it all, which is why they could rape women. And you couldn't get out. I can't believe these women survived. I really can't. Oh, book of leadership, women leadership. Oh, nice. It's about leadership for women. That's lush right there. It's the same thing. Why do you keep repeating yourself? I mean, this is 11 years ago. They're 37, so they were just in their 20s when they did this. Crazy. Oh, here's another one. Alon Alexander 2. Oh my God. Do you think Alon is a derivative of Alonzo? Like, here we go. He privatized his. These tweets are protected because I am a coward who likes to humiliate, shame, and abuse women. Here's the Alexander team. I bet he's short. I bet he's the shorter of the two. He looks shorter. He looks bigger, though. He's the oldest one. I'm sure it would be hard to be the older and then have twins behind you. This was just June 7th. $27,000 a month. No board approval. Well, this is only $6 million. If you stand on your tippy toes, there's your view. Damn, that's beautiful. They're getting all the listings, aren't they? Coral Gables. How did they do it? How did they get in the door to all of these people? 1.2 million rental for the season. This is crazy. I have a lot to look up when I'm trying to sleep and I can't, and I'll be looking at crazy men and their properties. Israeli connections. Oh, maybe. Billions, billions. Hey, dude. Do you all think the Alexanders? No, I don't. I think they're well above that pay grade. I don't think they know it. H is like Charlie. Charlie. They've gotten away with everything their whole lives. Finding Ferdinand. I gotta look this up now too. Black lip balm. Is it black? It's black. Oh, you can get other colors. Looks black in the tube, but then it's a perfect flush of buildable color. See, I learn everything all the time. Black Heine? I wonder if these brothers got away with everything. Someone just said that. They were never disciplined, always given everything. Oh, you're so beautiful. That's what their mom probably told them. Money laundering scheme equals charitable organizations. Well-educated perverts are still perverts. Now there's a t-shirt, Bling. There is a t-shirt. That is a t-shirt. You were just at the U.S. Virgin Islands. What a waste of time. Why was it a waste of time, Wesley? Why didn't you have a good time? I don't know if it was a friend, but yeah, Ken Griffin was the first home that they sold. It was $238 million. It was the most expensive home in the United States. It was a penthouse, I guess, right? $238 million. Oh, he bought it. It wasn't a sale. It was bought. 23,000 square foot residence that encompasses floors 50 through 53. So it's 3 stories tall. At Central Park South. In a skyscraper designed by Robert A.M. Stern that's still under construction. The asking was $250. Well, God, I mean, at least he got a deal. At that same week, Forbes reported that Griffin paid $122 million for one of the most expensive homes ever sold in London, a mansion down the street from Buckingham. At the time, it was worth $8.84 billion. He bought 7 floors of a condo for $58 million. And in 2015, bought a penthouse in Miami for $60 million. He paid $250 million on gathering land on which to build a mansion in Palm Beach, bringing his real estate spending to $750 million. I mean, if I were him, I would too. What are you doing? Barbara Corcoran's former group, because she no longer owns it, Corcoran agent represented the developer in the sale to Griffin. Griffin was represented himself by Torin. That's what I'm not calling Torin, the twins of Douglas Elliman. Despite the astronomical purchase, it's not the most in the world. It was a bigger price. $361 million in the world was in Japan. Crazy. It's all location. People don't understand. I don't understand it. I mean, that's a hell of a location. It has its own pool. I don't know. Scares me. Having a pool in a high rise like that. It's like, I mean, I guess if someone bought it for me and said, hey, let you enjoy for a couple days, Patty, but those skyscrapers have to move to stand still and you feel it. And I'm like, floor to ceiling windows. Central air. That's it's centralized air. Well, at that price, you should have central air. I just saying. I mean, if it came with central air, I see the value of it. It's crazy. I wonder if there was a ringleader. My guess, it's one of the brothers, like the Menendez, someone pointed out. And Paula stopped at Buc-ee's. Well, what happened to Patty? I hear her, but I don't see her beautiful face. Well, apparently my webcam, I have so many tabs open for these Alexander brothers. It was too much for the camera, which takes a lot of, energy from the computer. And it just stopped showing my screen. So I had to go Roberta Glass. I almost said Roberta Flack. Roberta Glass, True Crime Report methodology here. Central air, all worth the millions. Can you imagine being on that floor and not having central air? Arlene says she enjoyed the evening so much. Aw. But I think we should watch our video again. What do you think? Even though I felt pity for the woman. Pissed people off. People got pissed and left, but that's okay. It is quite all right to not agree with me. See, that's the beauty. You don't have to agree with me. That is the thing I like the most about what we've all kind of come up with. But this is the photo that, jib of jibs and jab. Look what they did to me. I mean, it's all for humor and I'm all for it, but that is me. I am different heads of the same snake. I'm the main head, apparently, Very clever. Very, very clever. Gotta hand it to you. Smart. But definitely go like the jibs. Jibs and jabs, that's their name right here. You can see it. All of the videos are funny. It's very funny. Minute 22 seconds. 804 views so far. Should be.
Welcome to my new channel, Turban Time. I am your host, Caddy, where we can dedicate our time to solve crime through bottles of wine. As you know, I am a murder survivor. I am here today to bring you something of real value, something to enrich your life and bring you peace, joy, and wisdom. Something I call Ho-a-tree, healing through poetry. I'm sharing this book from my medicine cabinet with all my turbinators. The book is called The Different Heads of the Same Snake. I think you'll like this poem called Leaving in Stitches. We like Patty because she a little baddie. She came up on the scene with a whole new different theme. She had flow and started to glow. I couldn't let that go. She's a host on the radio. So I gathered my other bitches to turn on Patty snitches. Behind the scene, the trio schemed to clear the scene of Patty's theme. How was I to know that Patty, who's a little baddie, would get my addy and drive up in a caddy? How was I to know my bitches would scatty? Then I heard her say, y'all started this, bitches. Now y'all leaving in stitches. I hope y'all enjoyed the poem and thank you for your time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. All comments are welcomed. And please donate a small tip to my Drinkity Drink account and show your support.
Drinkity drink. That is what my sister thought was absolutely hilarious. Oh my.
Hi, I'm One Dress Wendy, and the Whale Harbor House is on the market for $1.1 million. I want to discuss my new line of multifunctional decor. Let's begin in the living room. This large open space with a fantastic view of the pool can be used for small family gatherings to entertaining large groups. This house has hosted.
So if you didn't notice it, it's Wendy's books are back here in the corner, and this is Wendy's book cover right here. The sound is kind of screwed up on the video, but I love that she calls her One Dress Wendy. It's just, I mean, you gotta laugh, people. I'm sure it's not funny to them because it's their life, but to me, it's hilarious. Yeah, the sound is messed up on the Wendy video, so I stop it. Oh, the static was supposed to make her sound robotic. Oh, good job, Paula. Who's the three? I don't know, because I didn't hear the video. So I don't really know. My guess is Mia Wallace. I mean, I don't really know, but I can't really say who the three was. I know who, for me, the triad was Katie, Society Page, and Fancy Fiction. I called them the triad. It was hilarious. On a different drop, I fell for contributing to KCL for Ruth Markel and her to go on some trip. I want my money back because I hate the way she can't. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please, yeah, it's just this whole giving money. Charlie's house, yeah, and the view of the pool is beautiful. Wonder, did the Whale Harbor sell? Did it sell? Did anybody know? Nope. Still the same, 1.125 million. Still the same. The Evil Three, STP, Katie, and Fancy Feast. The cat video by Jibs and Jabs is perfection. It really was. It was shocking because you never, and that's the thing. Like these people, the three of them, the one of them especially, because she's the one who's continuing, she cannot win. Like you just can't win. You got, I don't even know how many people on Reddit who are literally challenging every breath you take and every second that you post on social media, like every breath is challenged and made fun of, to be honest. It's just, okay, so there's 214 members of the detention, 6 are online, and they're literally going through, videos or comments, or you just cannot win, lady. You just cannot win. You just can't. Very clever details. I have no doubt that she is watching that, Armin. I have no doubt at all. It's like, well, I'll just tell you guys the truth because it's just a few of us here. So back on my, when I go on Twitter /X, right? So I believed that what I was doing was being copied by Fancy Fiction. And so I set it up. And I said, I wonder if I could find it real quick. But I had said on my feed that tonight, this is what I did. Tonight, I'm going to talk about Donna Adelson's brother. That's what I had said. Can you search your feed? Like he changes everything. So I don't know if I could search my feed or not search my feed. Let me see. Where can I find it? Can you search your tweets? Anyway, I made a comment. I probably won't be able to find it because I don't see a little search. All I see is the search, like the overall search. I don't see my comments. Nope. Don't see it. So I made a comment on Twitter, and at the time, Fancy and I were following each other. I just made a comment. I said, tonight, I'm going to talk about when Donna Adelson's brother, that I have information. It wasn't 5 hours later that What's-Her-Face came out with the knowledge that she knew who Donna's brother was, and so she wanted to beat me on it. But I did it on purpose because I wanted to know, would she do it? And she did. It's very funny. It was very funny for me. So then there were a couple other things I would put it out on Twitter. I'm like, I'm going to talk about blah, blah, blah. No later, she was doing it. It was so funny. Just to see. So I know they watch. I know. I wonder if she ever found her. I wonder if, what was it? KCL had a problem with, what do you call it? Oh, buy me a coffee. Buy me a coffee. So buy me a oh, maybe this is it. Can I do it from here? No. Can you search your tweets? Log in, go to the advanced search page. I don't know where that is. Go to the search bar, type your username, or find your search with keywords. So I would have to put my username in. Okay, so my username is Patty Radio 93, Donna Adelson's brother. See if it shows up. No, not even close. Not even close. Did it show up? I hate when search bars don't work right in my head. And I was like, definitely, if you people are watching everything we do, you have to be. But anyway, she had a hard time getting the money back from the what is it called? Buy me a coffee. So funny. Like I think it was like $1,500. And oh, here it is. Okay, buy me a coffee. Now I see Katie. You probably got rid of it. I don't see it anywhere. But anyway, she posted and she was like wanting their money, and they got into it. Like, it was fun to me. It was funny because they had some banter back and forth, and you could tell she didn't really like it. She didn't really like it at all. Do not take that with the thought that it should be taken. She wanted her money, and she wanted to know why she couldn't get it. So you can't search your own, Elon? God, that's so stupid. I know, that's what she said. She won't socialize. She didn't social. I mean, the first night I met her, I tried to talk to her and she turned around and walked away. This whole jury thing, I'm going to watch the jury and see. I mean, it's almost kind of like what she was doing is kind of like a Turtle Boy thing. Like, you're going to watch the jury and be so intent, make sure that the jury behaves the way you think they should behave. Someone on Reddit wrote, I thought, had a fabulous response where they're like, if I'm giving my time and attention to a trial and I have to worry about being watched by someone like her, and there's many more now, right? There's many more. And you're like, damn, I have to do that? The usual jury inspector was the post on Reddit. And this lady writes, I'm assuming it's a woman. Wonder if I can find it. Here it is. This is what it is, and then I'll let you go. Because I think it's very much a Turtle Boy-esque kind of feel to it for me. And it says, I spent some time revisiting J.A. as Jodi Arias. I had to learn all this stuff, okay? On YouTube, scanning to see if I could see the KM, Kathy Monkman, in the gallery. When the camera did show those there, it's not this one. There's one about, maybe it is that one. Hold on. No. This is a person who'd been on a trial 5 times. Okay, here it is. It was that person. It says, I've been a juror in 5 trials. Never in my wildest thoughts did I imagine some freak would be watching, judging, blogging, social mediaing her untrained, disordered thoughts to the world about me, while volunteering my time doing my anonymous civic duty to do my part in the legal justice system in our country. Who the heck is she, and what is she going to do if she thinks I'm not up to her standards as a citizen? Blow up the trial, blow up my life doing my civic duty. Looks like she tried to do that during Arias trial 17. If I'm ever called again, you can assure there will be one of questions expressed during the jury selection. How will you protect me from crazy self-appointed citizen juror watchers? Which before I read this today, honestly, I never even thought about. And then you watch whatever side you're on with Turtle Boy. I don't like him. I think he is detrimental to Karen Reed, 100%. He is not helping her cause. I mean, he was on today on some rant going on and on and on. Like, whoever it is, he will follow them. He will interrupt their children's sports. You will no longer be a witness, so he will just harass you forever. And I'm like, God, that is bad. That is not a nice person at all. And then I thought, well, can you ask that question if you're on jury duty? Can you ask and say, hey, if I'm going to be a juror, how are you preventing me from these bloggers and these people who just say, I didn't sit straight, so I may not be pro prosecution or pro defense? How do we know? 5 times as a juror is what the person said. My husband's been on many times. I'm new to this as well. It took me almost a year to figure out how to participate in the chat. Oh, thanks, Nelly girl. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the father either. But you know what I mean? I didn't think about it from that perspective because I barely get on a jury. But when you're on the jury and then you find out, it's like the YSL thing. So that YSL RICO case out of Atlanta, there was a woman who was tweeting and she was giving names to every juror. And the second judge brought this woman in and basically, I don't know that she could get away with it, but she could remove her from the courtroom, was really only her control, but demanded that she stop doing it. And the woman's like, but this is my right. And she's like, well, not in my courtroom. It's not. And I just thought, and until I read what this person writes, because I'm assuming it's girl, I should probably be wrong. I just thought, I just hadn't thought of the juror perspective. And her name was Infamous Sylvia. And she was going to the YSL, which, as you know, is like over 300 days. And she would go there and just make fun of the jurors. And I'm like, yes, it's your right, but is it your right? Like, are you right for doing it? I don't know. I mean, I doubt you're right for doing it. Her name is Infamous Sylvia. She has a YouTube. And the judge brought her in and scolded her. But as I recall, what's her face also had nicknames when she was on like STS or something. Didn't she have nicknames for every juror? I thought she did. I thought she had a juror, like when she was on with STS, that she would describe every juror in a certain way and give them a nickname. Nellie says a few years ago, I was a juror on a murder case in the town I live in. So I just thought it was interesting to hear it from other people's perspective. You know, I mean, she really kind of runs that Reddit page now. But just to hear, like, if I'm going to be on this, are you allowed to then try to ruin my life because I don't look at the witness for the length of time you feel I should be looking at the witness, because you're literally staring me down. I thought that was, I don't mean to repeat myself, but I really like that perspective, and I hadn't thought it out. I find it odd when adults don't have friends. I didn't read this before I posted it. Red flags. I have friends from first grade. I do too. Thank you for saying that. I have a friend from kindergarten. But I went to a very small school, so it's part of it. The appetizer story was contradicted. At Leslie. New York City is in the building. Hello, law. I don't think it will ever end. I think it is witness intimidation too. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I remember, and it's not, I'm not disparaging her for this, because it is time and attention, and you are allowed to monetize, so you do make money. But I remember when she was driving down to Tallahassee for the first trial of Charlie Adelson. And she was like, oh, you guys want to buy me a coffee? This is how she talks. Oh, you want to buy me a coffee? I don't have time for that. I don't have time to set it up. I don't have time. I don't have time. It's like 4 clicks, lady. It's not a big deal. So, but I didn't know how to monetize myself. Like, but she'd been doing this longer than me. So you assume people know how to do it. So she may not have known. She may not have known. But it's either I monetize, I disclose it. I think I've made a total of like $2,400 in a year. So I have what's now what? I don't know how many subscribers. Like, oh, I just hit the 5,000 mark last week, which is amazing. I'm super happy about it. But what's more amazing is I guess so. You can't see me cry tonight, so it's cool. Not the number of subscribers, but the number of views I have. Like my number of views to me, and I don't get to see, I'll have to look at that website again. My number of views per person, per quote subscriber is huge. It's huge to me. So it may be good, maybe bad, because people are watching, but they're not subscribing. So I don't know. I don't care. It's not how I make my primary living. It's a little savings account for me, and I'm very proud of it, and that's that. But it's okay to monetize, because we're sitting here, yes, we're talking to you, but there are people that do a lot of research in advance, like I'm going to say Gray Hughes, or, like STS, like he gets these, he has a huge reach anyway, but he gets a lot of great guests. So he's using his clout to do that. Then you have Deep Dive, who spends hours and pays people to help him bring video in. Now I posted a couple prison calls from what's her face, Melody Walker Ferris, and one, I was like 22,000 listens. Crazy to me. Like that was the most I ever had. That was beyond any Adelson rant about the nasty condition of the inside of their homes. So I ordered some more. I won't even tell you who the criminal is, but I did a FOIA on some more jails. So we'll see if I get them or not. It costs a little bit of money to, I know like Mentor Lawyer, he spends a lot of money to get his videos and his audios. So, you want to make a profit, because otherwise why do it when you have to put that kind of money out? So it isn't a negative thing to monetize, and I don't want to make sure it is, but some people spend a lot more money than I do to do what I do. For me, you don't do Deep Dive. For me, my research to me is my calling card, that I know how to research and find and go down the rabbit holes like Murder said. So the juror names were, oh, look at you, true crime wifey. Juror names the case of Queen, Dad, Mr. Queen, Elegant, Heart on Their Sleeve, Stillness, Posture, I know who Stillness was. Wally, you missed 3 to 4. I think she called 1. Something guy, I can't read my writing. Wow, good for you. Suffering Saint Sarah of Sam. That's funny. That's funny, Wesley. I have no problem with monetizing, but she said she was interested in monetizing. I know. It's like this. Okay. Separate issue. Segue. Some people are not comfortable talking about money. People with have money are rarely comfortable talking about money because they don't want to be reminded that they have money by people who don't have money. That's the way it is. I know this because I sell homes. And I don't have money, just the average girl, and had to get comfortable with talking about other people's money, not even my own. And it's a skill. Like it took time for me to grasp, because in my household growing up, Irish Catholic, we didn't talk about money. None. He had a check, we had food. That's what I know. We didn't have these conversations. So to learn that is you have to overcome some like head talk, self-talk that you just wouldn't normally do. So my thinking is, and I'm assuming, I could be wrong, people who have money, really are uncomfortable with it. So they want to seem like they're one of us. They're not one of us. They have money. There's a different level. They are. I mean, they take a shit the same way, but they're really, do they? I mean, their toilets play music. Our toilets don't play music. There is a different lifestyle. So I think that's the challenge. She wanted to pretend like money really wasn't important to her when it really was. And you see, like Fancy talked about it all the time. She started monetizing after I monetized. She started monetizing. And no problem with that. She had 9,000. But she had chosen not to monetize and then went on to whine about why she didn't monetize. Don't monetize. Who cares? Just pick a side and move on with it. If you don't want to monetize, don't. But it is available. What? I gotta go back down. I gotta go back to the love and encouragement I received from this. Oh, help me get by. IGDM, I sent you the grifter's tweets to buy me a coffee where she is pissed off that she can't get her grubby hands on the money and they blew her off. I mean, that is wrong because people are donating money now. She's a very unhappy person. Okay, you sent me a thing. Hold on, let me go on. Messages. Oh, here it is. Bless it. You found it. Oh, you man, you're fantastic. Fantastic. Here it is. Buy me coffee. Not now, babe. I'm procrastinating. I wonder if they ever paid it out, but they should have paid it out, right? They should have. Let me see. I'm messing this up. I'm messing the screen up. Can you see it? Because everything else is huge. And that is what she said. So it says, not now, babe. I'm procrastinating. That's buy me a coffee. I'm going the wrong direction here. I placed a payout request 2 weeks ago. It's a significant sum and remains in progress for 2 solid weeks with no payout. No one is replying. Disconcerting. I say that word all the time. I must now stop. And then it goes on to Charlie. Katie Cool Lady. She blocked me. So that's why I couldn't find it earlier. She blocked me, which is fair. I'd have blocked me too. I mean, who would want to put up with me, right? It's funny. Can we talk about toilets and holding a friend's time? That's a good one. Yes, we can. This is Patty's Playhouse. Thank you, True Crime Wifey. Well, thank you for bringing that up. Her list of juror names. Thank you so much. Which is not atypical, but you don't want to blow up someone's life unless you're juror number 14. He kind of deserved it. You know what I'm saying? Who is Ollie? You mean Ollie May? Who is Ollie's Uma? Do you mean Ollie May? Where is it? I missed it now. Paula, are you asking about Ollie May? Could you tell me? Is it someone who's just gifted a membership? Yes. Oh, then I don't know who it is. But I call my daughter Ollie May because I use her name in Pig Latin because she asked me not to use her name as often as I was, which I can respect that. Because of some of the stuff I say. So that's why I was wondering. The name stood out because I wondered if they're mocking Arlene. Oh, I doubt it. I did see someone similar to that earlier, and I mentioned them when they came on. Oh, the dog expert, Dr. Russell, bless her heart. If you haven't listened to Rebecca, bless her soul. Roberta Glass's True Crime Report from Saturday night, where she talks about Dr. Russell, Marie Russell. It was a classic. You really should go listen to it. No matter what side you're on, the woman is not an expert on dogs. She just isn't. Get a vet in there. Get a vet who does dentistry in there. Anybody but that. Really. I don't know why they aren't going after a legitimate person who handles dog bites. Maybe they couldn't find anyone. I don't know. Bye. Good night. Good night, my father's alibi. Dude. It's so bad. I'm all worried about Debbie Martin's husband now. I just literally thought about it. Who has a musical toilet? Oh, you missed it. There was a couple shows ago, I don't even know when, we were talking about very elaborate toilets that play, like you can program them to heat your bum, spray your bum, sing music to your bum, all of the above. Stop it. You can't be a self-proclaimed expert like the dog expert woman when you literally put a dog collar on your baby dog. Paula is on a pee break. It's funny. Oh, people have it in their YouTube notes. They have their Buy Me a Coffee, their Venmo, their Cash App. I don't have a problem with people doing it. I have a problem with me putting my handle, because, cybersecurity, a little bit of knowledge I have, in my show notes. I have a problem with that. It's my own sense of security that I have a problem with it, not actually doing it. So if that makes sense. True Crime Wifey, thank you so much for the gifted memberships. That is very nice of you. And Paula, thank you. Speaking of which, I forget because I think I did it last week. I should do this real quick because I'm halfway through the month. And I think they let me, I haven't done it this month. I just quoted myself. They let me give, I've been a member for myself for 3 months. Okay. I have 10 I can give. So I'm going to give 5 now. I'm going to give 5 memberships right now because I always forget. So I don't want to forget that. So if your membership thingy is on, you will get a membership. So thank you for that. And thank you very much, Paula. It's very generous of you. Thank you. Bye, Tater. Bye. Tater's off tomorrow. She was the only sellout willing to lie. Does anyone know how much she's making? Well, you're welcome, Debbie. I try to be nice. Congratulations, new member, Sade. I love that. Taterbug's doing the dance. The hubris of that stupid woman. You're going to try to do a live tomorrow. Let me know. I have a thing tomorrow night at church, but I should be on after. Because it's not a dog bite. So I shared, which, it feels like everything bad happens to me. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, like, it was 2003, and we had a brand new, the redo of the Firebirds. Thunderbirds that Ford did. It was white, black interior. I love that vehicle. It was a convertible lush. And we're down in Taylor County, which is south of our county, and we're doing an appraisal. It's really my husband's, but I went down to spend time with him because at that point we were newly married. We kind of liked each other. So I'm down there, and I just lost so much weight. I was thin. Loved it. Lost so much weight. It's divorce weight because we got married real quick. I got divorced and got married in like a quick minute. We are in this home. It's on Taylor Drive in Perry. And the home it was all open. All the doors were open. There were like 12 painters there. And everything was, ceilings, floors, everything was being painted. We were appraising them. We were leaving. I was retreating the house. I had no idea a dog was even present. I get mad at it. I don't get like upset. I get mad because I should have known better. I learned after this to always ask when I'm at a stranger's home, do you have a dog? And if you have a dog, get rid of the dog. Like, move the dog. So embarrassing. So we're leaving. My husband is behind me. I always walk faster than him. So I'm ahead of him and I'm leaving and I'm retreating. Didn't even know a dog was present. All the doors, no one spoke English. The owners were Spanish. The painters were Spanish. I'm out. Walking toward that freaking dog, this tiny ass terrier, not like a rat terrier or anything. It had hair kind of like Benji, but smaller. The dog from the movie ripped the back ass side of my leg up, grabbed it. We didn't have a pet at the time, so I didn't smell like dog. At least I didn't think I did. Grabbed my leg, would not let go. I probably screamed the F word more than I've ever have in my life. The burning sensation, it was horrible. I said, get that. The dog was not letting go. The painters ran out and had to grab the dog off the back of my leg. Now, I know Chloe didn't have bottom teeth, but a dog's still going to do what a dog does, right? So if they're going to chew, I learned this because I did sue the homeowner. And there was a website where I learned this. I think it was dogbite.org, I think was the name of the website. So it was dogbite.com. Is it gone? It's either dogbite.org or dogbite.com. Yeah, it was like, it wasn't even the lawyer or anything. It was just Dogbite. And to me, so anyway, get the freaking dog off my leg. We just bought this car and I was the driver. I'm the driver in our marriage. I don't like when my husband drives. So I was like, I can't drive. And I didn't want blood all over my new Thunderbird. I can't drive the hospital. So I had to let him drive. I had to give it up, let him drive. They had to use a tourniquet on my leg. Like, wrap the leg, twist it like a true tourniquet. The blood would not stop. And I was like, I'm not calling the ambulance. Let's just go. So got there. I had to lay on my stomach for like 2 hours. That's when they tell me they don't stitch you up with so the treatment with a dog bite like that was antibiotic and clean it up. but they're not covering it. They're not, I mean, they covered it with like a loose wrap, but they're so afraid of infection that they don't stitch it. I was like, oh, I got to get stitches. They're like, we can't stitch it. So there's no stitches. Sheriff deputy walks in and I was like, what? Like, what did I do? That's my attitude. I'm down and I'm upset and it burned so bad. It burned. And the deputy comes in, he goes, ma'am, we have a report of a dog bite. And I said, yeah. I said, what kind was it? Oh no, he came, this is what it is. He comes in and goes, terrier or chihuahua. And I said, what kind was it? I mean, he just said that. And he goes, ma'am, it was either a terrier or a chihuahua. I said, what are you saying? I didn't understand. He's like, ma'am, it had to be, he kept telling it, repeating after me. I was like, okay. So it was, I said, I didn't really see the dog. Like, I can't even imagine. He goes, ma'am, it was a terrier. I said, God, I got bit by a little dog. And he goes, ma'am, any bigger, it would have ripped off your leg. So Chloe was not a small dog. A dog isn't going to just sit and scratch you on your forearm or your interior it's just not going to do that. And I was just walking along, merry-go-way. So because they can't like stitch it up and make it pretty, the freaking back of my leg, it's not a pretty scar, right? It's jagged. It's not lined. It grew back, all was well. They paid for my hospital. That was all easy. But I'm like, dude, I mean, listening to that Dr. Russell, like, did you ever really treat a dog bite? I mean, you had to. You were in the ER. Of course you did. Then when my son was little, my middle, he was what, 2? We were at a friend's house and they had a lab. And Alex was like 2.5. Lexi, I shouldn't say Alex. And this dog, I mean, he's just being 2-year-old. He wasn't playing with the dog. He wasn't like tempting the dog or picking at the dog. He wasn't even really at the dog. And the dog just went up and like nicked his eye. And I mean, you just go into action when a dog goes at your son's eye. I couldn't even look. I was like, oh my God, I couldn't even look. He's like completely screaming. I didn't know what was wrong. I didn't even know if he had an eyeball. Like, I had nothing. Everyone around me is being far too calm for me. So I got in our car and I raced to the hospital because I was like, call 911. And I was like, screw this. I'm not waiting for 911. I don't even know my dog. If it's not my dog, it's these people's dogs who I will never speak to again. I never spoke to them after this. And because it turns out it had happened before. And my son's tear duct, like that's all what happened was his tear duct was torn. And so we had to get an ophthalmologist who was also a plastic surgeon. And there happened to be one, Holy Spirit, I swear, in Harrisburg at the time working. But I like hauled ass down there because I didn't want to know if my son had an eye. I just wanted to get to the hospital. I couldn't think of anything else. And I had Yahoo and Wahoo in the back worrying about the dog. I was so pissed. And my husband, first time husband, he was like, it'll be fine. It's all fine. I'm like, dude, there's blood out of our son's eye. Because that dog went up and grabbed. It wasn't just like tick, it grabbed. So he gets to the hospital. He had an eye. I was like freaking out. I don't even know if I put a seatbelt on this kid. Like, I just hauled ass. And eventually they show up. I had to call my mother. That was a mess. Like, my mother's like, whatever. My mother's like, what's wrong? I'm like, my son's eye. I'm like, Alex's eye. And so they had to stitch it up because this is what they say. They're like, well, with the dog bite, and it's nicked and that it's torn on the tear duct, if we can't fix it, he will tear forever. He will just constantly have tears. It's like, what? So they fix it. He's lush. Everything happens for a reason is what I try to put in my head. And then the people, you want to know what they were like? Are you going to put our dog? I mean, all they were worried about, did they send Alex a little toy or say, I'm sorry or whatever? No. It was, are we putting the dog down? That's it. That was it. So I really wasn't in the mood when I had my dog bite. I mean, it was years later, but still. And we didn't put their dog down. But could you just have some compassion for the little human that was walking around? And I mean, I watched that dog go after that eye, and it grabbed on. It wasn't like it just scratched it. It was its mouth. So that's my feeling about this dog bite situation and the fact that this clearly are not dog bites. Really pisses me off. My cousin got bit. It was the neighbor's dog, and she made them put it down and sued them. Then she went back to school and became a nurse practitioner. In California, the dog would be put down. So in Pennsylvania, which is where we lived at the time, it was you get one free bite. In which, who knows when the free bite is, right? It's the bite that's reported. In Florida, it had to be reported because I was in the hospital and that dog got a free bite. So that dog was probably not put down either. Where's where it says, she survived the bite. Her cognitive abilities didn't progress, but she had a pure heart of gold. Your cousin still has issues because of it. I can't stand that dog bite doctor. She's 120 years old and can't remember. I mean, I don't mean to disparage a physician, but prison doctors aren't always at the top of their game. And so Roberta, towards the end of what I heard, because I was going to a Christmas party, was talking about she was a prison doctor. And I was like, did she get in trouble for something? Because usually that's what happens. You get in trouble for something and then you go to work in the prison. Because you can't work on an ER. You can't work. It's the laziest. I loved it. It was great for me to work night shift. I loved it. It was the laziest gig that you get is a prison physician because you dictate. When you're the prison physician, somebody, if they have a cold, you have a cold. You don't have to treat every little thing that they have because you're a prison physician. So I just don't see that lady being at the top of her game. I just don't. When I didn't know she was a prison physician when I was watching her, but when Roberta brought it up, I was like, oh, she really has a hard time working with people or keeping up a pace or working with people. She was a doctor 50 years ago. But I wonder when she worked in, is her CV public? Is this her? That can't be her. I mean, even when she's like, this isn't on your CV, I was like, I'll have to look it up tomorrow. She wrote gunshot wounds and ballistics, suicide. That's not her. Sucrose. Oh, this is the one. Oh my God. Shut up, lady. It cannot possibly be. Sucrose as an aid to manual reduction of an incarcerated rectal prolapse. Is that real? Okay. Managing law enforcement. There's the fourth person in and they're not using a name. Interesting. Going on 3.5 hours. I should go to bed. Repeat what? It said, let me show you. I got this link off of Reddit. Sucrose as an aid to manual reduction of incarcerated rectal prolapse. So if you don't know what a prolapse is, I don't want to show you a picture. It's when your rectum falls out of your ass. In this case, the abstract is incarcerated rectal prolapse is a potential surgical emergency. Means I guess it's caught up on something. We report a case in which simple but effective technique involving desiccating effective granulated sugar was used to aid the manual reduction of the prolapse but viable rectal tissue. What is an incarcerated prolapse? I think I know what it is, but I'm gonna hopefully hope they don't have a picture. Why is my copy and paste not working? Incarcerated prolapse. Pelvic organ like the rectum gets trapped. That's what I thought. And they can't push it back in. Hi, Linda. How are you? We were talking about dog bites. I mean, it's been a lot tonight. We've been talking about that. We talked about different toilets, how music can play on the toilet. We talked about being monetized on YouTube. We talked about me being the head of a snake. We talked about black lip gloss. It's a lot. I mean, someone said repeat it. Dog bites in general. Dogs usually bite your hand as you try to stop their jaws coming toward you. If German Shepherd got that close when attacking, your injuries would be catastrophic. That's what I mean. It would be catastrophic. It is not going to be a clean and subtle scratch. It's very even. It's not happening. A doctor had like 5 careers, I know. But when I heard prison physician, I was like, look. There's a problem here, and we just aren't talking about it the way we should be. Okay? Because it was my favorite job to work in the prison, in the jail. Loved it, but you're not making a lot of money doing that unless you're agency doctor. You're just not making any money. If you work for the agency, you probably make 1.5 times. You know, which you could, but you got to pay your own bills. She worked the medical director for a prison from 2018 to 2023. So for 5 years. Oh, here's her website. Stop it, Patricia. Here's the website, Seek Experts. Retired certified correctional healthcare profession. Former full-time police officer, fellow. Testified in multiple state courts. Did she though? Did she testify in multiple state courts? Interesting. I'm gonna keep that tab open too because I'm gonna look at it tomorrow. I have no idea what she has to do with an incarcerated rectal prolapse, but that is now my new favorite word. Incarcerated rectal prolapse. I missed seeing your face. Sorry, I was late. I missed that explanation as well. Good gig when you're a resident. Well, I mean, we were talking about, what else we talked about? The Alexander twins. They were pretty nasty human beings. We were talking about their real estate. It's been a fun evening, and I do need to go because it's 11, and I have to get up. I have an appointment at 10:30. I know that doesn't sound late for y'all, but it is quite late for me. I mean, I'm not a good morning person, so I have to kind of prime myself for the mornings. I could be up here talking to you all night, and then I have to get up. That's the problem. So thank you again. True Crime Wifey gave 10 memberships total. Thank you so much. Really, thank you. And Paula, thank you so much for your contribution. Let's see, what is I just wish you could, I mean, let me finish. I don't know if this is right. I need somebody who's better at statistics than I am to tell me if the views that I see are as astronomical as I think in my mind. So in the last 28 days, I've had over 100,000 views. I think I would have to see what someone else's look like. 24 hours watch time. And really, the top videos in the last 48 hours are those 2 jail calls. I could be talking to you guys for 12 hours straight, but those 2 jail calls win. I think they've had, it's so funny to me. Does it tell you? I can't tell. I'll have to look it up and get some guidance from the actual YouTube content creator people because I don't really understand it. But thank you so much. At 11 o'clock, I have to explain this to my husband when I walk in. I'm just kidding. He's out cold. That man goes to bed at 8, so we're good. But anyway, thank you so much. I hope you guys have a good night. I'll see you this week sometime, but I'm not quite sure when. I have 2 appointments tomorrow. And then we'll see. Because next week is the 15th. 10 more days till Christmas. Take care, everyone. Have a great night. Bye-bye.